Alrighty. I pulled a fast one on all of you, and I went ahead did my more or less the majority of my preparations beforehand. So now I can just go ahead and get into it. But of course, I wouldn't be done that easily. Still have one final preparation, so don't mind me stalling really quick. Alright, no more stalling. My throat can't handle all that talking anyways, since this is a visual novel after all. There's already going to be plenty of talking. So let's continue. I believe this is chapter 2? Oh gosh, only chapter 2. I don't remember their voices either, so I'm going to be making up new ones probably. Oh, you're back. He's Turing's kind of easy because he's literally a robot. Yeah, what do you want now? Huh? It doesn't matter. You don't care. Never mind. Hold on. Oop, why is that there? Get out of it. Okay, it looks hidden to me now at least. Uh, don't mind me not knowing how things work. Ah, there we go. Uh, don't mind that either. Ignore me. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I deleted most of the files off my computer doing a reset after I locked myself out of accessing even the basic power functions, so had to do a safe reset. And yeah, not my proudest moment. Anyways, did you see the jade plant? Its death is unfortunate but fitting. I don't remember anything about this. Yet another thing to be guilty for. Will. Who's Will? Will you keep helping me? I need you. If I wasn't poor, I can't say some of those words, buddy. To find the bad word filter. Who killed my progenitor? I seem to have missed the part where that's my problem. I need to finish this. I don't know what I'll do afterwards, but I need to see this through. He's gonna go on this character arc story development and not need anyone after this. Fine. Find them and the truth, Turing. What does the truth mean anymore? What does it matter? We'll find the truth. Will finding the truth bring back Hayden? Will it fix the pain they've left me in? Nope. Not really. Unlikely. But I guess you're right. Knowing the whys and wherefores will bring closure to this. Oh, in theory, yeah. I could use a measure of closure. Closure is nice, I suppose. I think for now, we should keep knowledge of Hayden's death between you, Tomcat, and I. Okay. It may give us an edge if the people we seek don't know how much we've already discovered. Ooh, big brain, Turing. You little robot, you. We'll talk after you've had some time to rest. You likely need sleep, and I need some time too. I need some time. Okay. Wow, I'm supposed to be sleeping. Good morning, Turing. No, I didn't sleep well. You woke me up before 3 p.m. So no, this is not good sleep. Now that we are both refreshed, I feel it wouldn't hurt to recap our progress and determine if any changes should be made based on our successes and failures. Let's talk about how things are going so far. Oh, he's gonna recap. Let's go. Since your journalistic efforts are a big part of why I originally recruited you, we can start there. Your inquiring mind has been a huge boost in our journey thus far. As a ROM, I can't talk to people as intently as you, so I must say I'm quite grateful for your skills in that regard. You're diligent in your day-to-day work as well, which further grounds my hope in you. Beyond journalistic persistence, let's take a look at how we've performed in other responsibilities, specifically our choices in overcoming obstacles. I must say, our first hurdle was handled masterfully by you, and we avoided any further issue. Great start. What was our first hurdle? Me bullying the cat girl? That was, I think that's far from an issue, my dear Turing. Furthermore, I am pleased with your utilization of nonviolent methods. Eliminating any excessive risk should allow us to move swiftly. Sounds like the Portal voice now. Finally, I was quite impressed by your ability to adapt on the fly, as they say, and perform so well when thrust into a sudden situation. Lastly, I'd like to discuss how we're getting along with our companions and allies along the way. It's important. I was very impressed with your negotiation abilities with those kids. We got our data cache and they went on their way and hopefully learned a lesson too. I mean, I'd be scared too if I was those kids. Jess is a bit of a harder read, but she did agree to help us out in a big way. I'm really not sure why still. Like, I literally was being like the meanest person on the planet to her. But, you know, I think that was the I think that was intentional gameplay. Like, that's the road you're supposed to take. You're supposed to be as mean as you want to the cat girl. It's just life. As long as her brash nature doesn't tempt you to lash out, I think things will go smoothly. Detective Rivers was good to involve as well, and I can tell you enjoy having a familiar face around. Yeah, I like Detective Rivers, I think. She could prove to be our greatest aid as long as we make it worth her time. No funny business. Tomcat seems to genuinely care for our cause, and I have no trouble with letting their expertise guide us. Out of everyone else, they seem to be easiest to get along with too. And finally, you and I. The road has been bumpy. We're both a bit out of our element and things are stressful. Let's both remember that we are on the same team here and try to turn things around for better as we continue our search. Unfortunately, we've just about run out of leads. Perhaps Tomcat was able to find something of use in Parallax's network while they were inside. Hmm. Yeah, give me some idea. No, actually, I don't want to talk anymore. Hmm. I'm sure they did. Let's go ask Tomcat. Yeah, I hope so, but I feel a little bad for relying on them as much as we do. Always going so far for Hayden. They must have been close. Yo! Oh, speaking of them, incoming call from Tomcat. That ringtone kind of fire though. I like it. Forwarding video and audio. Morning. Right? Yeah, Tomcat Southern. Touring. How you been doing, hon? I'm fine, Tomcat. Thank you for your concern. Well, okay. Just say the word if I can help out in any way, you hear? Of course. In fact, I was hoping you might have a lead for us to start working at. Otherwise, we're down to canvassing Hayden's address book and seeing if any of his contacts have an idea about who might have had a desire to target him. But that's just fishing in the air. Well, I pulled a fair amount of data from the Parallax servers before they managed to kick me out, but it'll take me a while to go through it. A lot of it's unrelated. TPS reports, maintenance logs, juicy meat for other corporations, but about as useful as dirt to us. It'll take me a while to decrypt all of Hayden's files, but maybe we'll find something there. So no, I don't have as much as a whiff of a trail on who's behind this. Though I recently got a strange request from a friend of a friend. Someone's been messing with the Articles of Confederation. No, but imagine someone's been messing with the articles of a news organization named Augmented Eye. It seems like the network security head there is asking around for cyber crackers. Cyber what now? Hold on. You can I can't think of anything else to go on that, but cybercrackers to help figure out how their reports are getting changed. The original files on their servers are untouched. In their system, everything looks peachy keen. But when you view the site from the outside of the network, things are changed up. A word here, a phrase there. It's subtle, but often has a big impact on the article's tone. Someone with deep access to Parallax's meshnet is changing what's being shown. I ain't sure if it's related, but maybe y'all can head down to main KCOB offices and try talking to the gal that runs Augmented Eye. Her name is Zin. I ain't got the time or the desire to stick my nose that far out for a stranger, but it seems like your kind of deal. It does seem to be a bit of a stretch. Oh, my bad. I was like, I feel bad sometimes. I'm like, what if he busy? And, finger guns pointing at each other in front of me. What if he busy? APB. Always be proactive, prepared, punctual, plugging. Oh, plugging. True. Hey, I mean, I posted it on Instagram. I was plugging a little, just not like in every Discord server plugging. My bad. It's okay. I'm same with that. Next time, I promise I will plug it in my channel. That way, if you're available, you can tune in. It does seem to be a bit of a stretch. But if we have to wait for you to work on the data we've collected anyway, yeah, let's look into it. Alright, I'll pass the word along that you'll be in some time today to stick your noses in. And I'll send y'all word as soon as I get anything worth hunting down. Excellent. Thank you, Tomcat. We are grateful for your continued assistance. No problem, Turing. Are ya sure you're gonna be okay? Maybe you should take a little more time. You've been through some... Nope, can't say that one. In the past few days. I said I was fine. Thank you for your concern, but I am fine. I have already handled the reality of Hayden's death. Spoiler alert in case you didn't know. He's dead. It's time to move on with the investigation. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you. I'm just worried. So, I'm here if you need anything. Understood. I apologize for my tone, Tomcat. We'll be in touch. Alright, later, Turing. Okay, we have a lead, however tenuous. I've highlighted the COS.io Corp office building on your map. Yo, new map! Let's go. Also, while we are talking to Tomcat, I received an email from Dr. Fairlight displaying... Who's Dr. Fairlight? Is he the old guy I found in the hospital? Is that a different doctor? Ah, greetings, Jazu. I hope you'll forgive me for a voice-only oh wait, it's a voice-only message. I forget what voice he had. He'll be old and... I don't know. I hope you'll forgive me for a voice-only message, but I'm undergoing my treatments and would not call myself presentable for a video call. Still, I wanted to inform you of an idea I had while looking into our mutual acquaintance's disappearance. I haven't had any luck with my contacts inside Parallax, but I was reminded of an old friend by the name of Melody Flores, who may know more about the nature of Hayden's research. She's the owner of Flower Cybernetics, and Hayden has been shown to work closely with them on projects involving the intersection of Parallax's systems and the implants that Flower designs. Thank you. The voice acting, it exists, in my opinion. Melody and I are no longer on speaking terms, so I'm afraid I can't introduce you. But perhaps the intrigue of Hayden's little robot will get you entry into her home. Hello, Daddy Penguin. Thank you for being here, Primo. Or Prima. I'm honestly not. But I mean, I think only Primos follow me on Instagram. So probably Primo. I hope this lead serves you well. If you need anything else from me, I'll be in and out of the hospital room where we met for the next few days. I will send word if I have any other insights or discoveries. Yours, Dr. Yannick Fairlight. Interesting. I had no knowledge of Hayden ever working with Flower Cybernetics, but now I'm starting to understand just how little I really knew about his research. Maybe this melody can reveal more about the purposes of my construction. Yes, that would be quite nice. Hayden must have kept my development secret for a reason, because he's embarrassed of you, kid. Hopefully, we can talk our way in. I have highlighted Melody's home on your map. I think this gameplay, like, if I had to make a guess on how many hours, like, I'll just make a guess it's like 10 hours of gameplay. I bet you 1000% if Turing had no lines in talking, this gameplay would be down to like half an hour. Because man, this little robot talks so much. Okay, we can now either follow Tomcat's lead to K-Cobb or Fairlight's lead to Melody's home. Up to you where to go first. I don't care if they're the main character. They're the main reason that I can't finish this game. Tomcat's led us in the right direction so far, but Fairlight has resources and his tip might end up being more relevant. Who should we go first? Any thoughts? Any opinions? It depends on what you want our focus to be on in terms of tracking Hayden's trail. Should we follow the media or the tech? It's fitting. They're the two factors that make Neo SF so unique and wonderful. If we explore them both to the fullest, there's no way we won't be closer to the answer. Okay, well, does anyone have any opinions? Want to give me? Oh, it's open discourse. If anyone wants or not, that's okay too, I guess. All right, let's see. You don't, but okay. I mean, I guess that's fine if you don't have opinions. I'll, and I know that you also don't make decisions because I don't make decisions, but I've had to make decisions because you wouldn't make decisions. So I guess, yeah, let's head out. It is true. Okay. w- I already forgot who gave me what. Oh, this is from Dr. Fairlight. This is from Tomcat. Uh, Honestly, Flower Gardens or Flower Mansion sounds less intense than a corporation. So, to not give anything to corporations, we're going to the Flower Mansion. Yeah, can you focus, Turing? What is it? Why do you feel the need to pester me so? I'm just thinking. Does it hurt? Little idiot. Give me a moment. Sorry, back on task. Is there anything you'd like to know before we head inside? Nah, let's just go in. Mm, Asking about the falling out does kind of sound like a good thing. Yeah, let's do that. See if he knows. He did, and I can't shine much light on that. Oh, I know that System 1 worked with Flower to help develop the first operating system for the Direct Link virtual reality implants. So perhaps it happened during that time. Also, Flower eventually went with a different company for future models of the implants, but there was never any public talk of personal falling out between the heads of the companies. I'll scrape the mesh for more rumors, but they'll only be that, rumors. I can do my best to parse facts from fiction, but it blurs too much for me to be sure what's real. Alright, let's just go in then, shall we? No time like the present, then. Ding. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hottie alert. Woo, wee, woo, wee, woo. Uh, uh, I'll be polite. I'll introduce. No, I guess isn't. I'm just asking. Is this Melody's home? Okay. Hmm. Your guess is as good as mine. Mine says we can go in. Ah, I hit the mic. Hope it wasn't loud. Should we? Yeah, let's go in. Why not? The door was open, so it's not breaking or entering. Nope, it is entering. It's not breaking. Oh wow, swanky. Swanky? What? I have been trying to increase my usage of colloquialisms. Is swanky too out of date? Yes. If it's out of date in 2022, imagine in 2064. That's just not even close. It's certainly before my time. Oh, Miss Flores, excuse us for the intrusion. My name is... Oh, oh, I know who you are. I didn't even click. What happened there? Eep. I can explain. I know you don't like Dr. Fairlight very much, but I assure you there's a situation. Fairlight? I didn't realize Hayden's research had become a charity case. Though I suppose little boy Yannick will throw money at anything that raises his profile on the mesh. Wait, you know Hayden? Also, we actually only just met Dr. Fairlight yesterday. Yeah, while we were in the hospital. Oh, that's too bad. Pat won't have to eat you. His name's Pat. Oh my goodness. Hi, Pat. I love you. He's like, I wasn't gonna eat anyone. What do you want? What? Though I'm not sure your gears would have been good for his digestion. Actually, madame, I'm not comprised of gears. Is now really the time for that, Turing? Like, come on. Well, either way, he's on a diet. Rawr. This philosophy is how I lead my life. Sometimes you eat the bear, sometimes the bear, well, he eats you. What what does that mean? What does that mean? Do you understand? No, not... Yeah, Turing finally said something smart. Not really. For once. Look, I don't have all day to entertain you, Turing, nor your new friend, not even for Hayden. You don't have time to waste if you're going to find him either. Right. I want to talk to the bear. So, grr and stuff. It is Liddy! How'd you know? Grr? So true, Pat. So true. Oh my god, I'm gonna touch Pat. Can't touch Pat. Touch cat? I give the cat a pet. The name on her collar says Lily. Oh my goodness. I see Melody knows many things good. Ooh, touch the room controls. Oh. What's on this ROM? The Rose Row 5 1E. Huh. Okay, outside we go. Can one truly use an open door? Excuse me? I will look at door then. Use the electro laser pistol on the sofa. Oh. Are you saying... Nope. Can I feed you super spoiled milk, Pat? Don't feed the bears. Okay, feed the cat super spoiled milk then. Is that what we're doing? If this cat had the ability to drink from a saucer of soured milk, it would become the single most spoiled entity to ever exist. I see. Use fountain. What am I supposed to do here? Look at the monitor. Media Blitz. Okay, talk to Melody. If you were one of Fairlight's worker bees, you wouldn't have made it through the door. So why are you here to badger me about poor Hayden? You have me at a disadvantage, Miss Flores. You seem far ahead of us on this matter. Her name is Flores because in Spanish that is flores, and that's flower. And she's works for Flower Company. Just put that together. As I was debating if she should still be British. That's okay. We could say she's got a Spanish last name and she learned British English and then she moved to this place, Neo San Francisco. Yes. Okay. Just call me Melody, darling. And of course, but I'll share a secret or two with you. I have so many questions. Do you know what's happened to Hayden? I wish I didn't. Maybe you don't want to either. Please, Melody, any information you might have. We haven't had access to any of his research notes and couldn't track down any collaborators he may have been working with. Perhaps if we know more, we might be able to nail down a solid motive. Well, I don't know if I can speculate on that beyond the usual corporate infighting. Not that Parallax is known for that, of course. We had been catching up recently, and he mentioned feelings of being watched. He started to worry he had been discussing your development with the wrong people. When he stopped returning my calls, and now that you've shown up with a total stranger, it becomes clear what happened. I see. Can you tell us anything else about his disappearance? Oh, I'm afraid not, dear. I've been around long enough to know what's coincidence and what isn't. Hmm. We were hoping you might be able to shine some light on my origins. Fairlight mentioned that you had worked with Hayden in the past. I see Hayden didn't neglect curiosity in your personality makeup. Well, you and I haven't properly met, but considering how often Hayden badgered me for design schematics of Flower's latest neural implants, I might as well be your aunt? We'll go with that. I wouldn't mind being an aunt, even to a blue-headed robot. I am touched, Melody. Well, then, I'm willing to answer your questions for now. I think that's everything we need to know. Okay. Um. Oh wait, I want to know what happened with her and Fairlight. Oh, I can't say that word. The old can't say that one either. And I have been flashing daggers at each other for the better part of 20 years. I contracted out the software development for our first gen direct linked VR and neural implants to System 1. Things were going great, but after the first mortals soared like gangbusters, Yannick tried to get into bed with me. Literally. Oh, okay. I turned him down very politely, I might add, and then suddenly all of the cooperation between our companies dried up. We've been at it back and forth ever since. At what? Hold on, at what? Hmm? Care to clarify that? I'd be, bad word, careful about trusting him if I were you. He's a snake and he'll do anything he can to get what he wants. Still, I suppose if he tried again now, I might not turn him down. Hmm, interesting. It would be fun to needle him. It would be fun to needle him, you say? What? Man, 2064, they really just, dang. Poor guy's not gonna be able to sit. He's already at the hospital. You're gonna do that to him? that is rough. It would be fun to needle him about me still having my own company when he doesn't have his. Is that what needling means? I don't know if that's what that means. Okay. Anyways, how did you help Hayden with Turing? Indeed. I don't see the connection between your company and Hayden's research into machine sapience. Oh, Hayden wasn't researching machine sapience. At least, not primarily. Not to diminish the importance of your creation, Turing, but it's best you know the truth. Hayden is mainly interested in developing a way to transfer human consciousness into a machine matrix. Oh, what if he already did that? That's intriguing. That's my theory now. Hayden has already uploaded his human conscious into a machine matrix. Tomcat is currently trying to decrypt it, and then Hayden's gonna pop up and he's gonna be like, yo ho, what's up? Okay, glad we're all. Hope you all agree with me actually. I'm not glad about anything yet because I don't know if it's right or wrong. You can see why neural implants would obviously be an integral part of that. Oh, I didn't realize. Yeah, I want to know more about your involvement. Fuh. If you can even call it involvement. It's a small city, and if you're in the tech sector, you are never more than 2 degrees removed from anyone else. When he started looking into this pet project of his, he came right up to my door and demanded access to my research logs, to the research logs behind our earlier implants. Cheeky, but it was impactful and disruptive, as they like to say around here. I couldn't care less about Flower's patents anymore, so I gave him what he wanted, just to see what he would do. I'm frankly more impressed than I expected I would be, but don't tell him that. Who gonna tell her? I mean, Turing did say we'd keep it a secret, but come on now. It's such a good chance to do it. Don't worry. I won't. Oh, that's too good. Especially with that facial expression. Oh, too good, Turing. Oh, that was a compliment, dear. Hmm. Yeah, Hayden wasn't invested in Turing's development. I didn't say that. Hayden was quite interested in Turing, even if he is just a step to further research. In fact, he was preparing to publish his findings involving Turing, and I know it's going to make one heck of a splash in the scientific community. See, the most impressive part about you, Turing, is that you're surprisingly stuck. Maybe she's British. I don't understand half the words she's saying. I assure you, Melody, my construction involves only the latest and greatest in ROM prototype technology. Exactly. You're not off the shelf, but you're still just a souped up ROM. More or less like every other one out there. Your personality algorithms are impressive, but they don't require some new space age technology to work. Hayden is going to propose that human consciousness transference does not require special brain-like hardware architecture, but merely the right software wrapper to interface with the hardware. Much like how you function. I suppose that is correct. Still, my personality matrices do take up substantial amounts of my processing power. Wouldn't custom hardware have capabilities that better serve such a demanding, specialized task? Sure, there's still plenty of reason in trying to make a computer that works just like a human brain. Efficiency is an important part of that. But if Hayden can emulate the human mind in existing technology, it means we can start the immortality now rather than waiting for hardware to catch up with Hayden's software. Frankly, I'm not terribly interested in living forever, but there's more than enough people who are. I'd like to ask something else. Sure. Yeah, tell me about yourself and Flower Cybernetics. This is why I don't talk to journalists. They all want to pry into my life. Can't you wait for my autobiography? I promise I'm working on it. Pinky promise? We don't want to pressure you, Melody, but every bit of information we could get could be useful in pointing us towards the individuals that attacked Hayden. Alright, off the record? Of course. Fine. Ask away. Yeah, what is the deal with Pat? The world wants to know. Pat is a prototype as well. No, Pat is a finished product. That is a beautiful thing right there that you have created. Do not sell him short. Flower had a short-lived project that attempted to use neural implants to increase the cognitive power of non-human animals. It was a short-lived project because it succeeded immediately. Pat is a genius. It worked. I told you. Told you. To an extent, you measured your next words carefully. Pat's smarter than the average bear, but not by much. Look, Melody, I get it. You're just the figurehead. Pat is the real genius and brains in all these operations. Watch, if I ask her right now, after I finish this question that I'm asking her, why, like what her role is in the business, I'm sure Pat is gonna have the full role because she's gonna be like, oh, I don't really do much these days, ha ha ha. And then meanwhile, I'll be making eye contact with Pat. He's gonna be mentally communicating with me, telling me, yeah, I do it all now, kid. It's gonna be pretty great. Got Pat angry. Oh, be quiet. After the project was squashed, mostly for being a money pit, Pat was the only surviving success story. 'Cause Pat's different. The eggheads didn't know what to do with him, so I decided to keep him around here. He's not bad companion, if a tad taciturn. It's okay, Pat, me too. I don't know what that means. Ah, give it up, Pat. You know Shakespeare. Meh. Oh. Yeah, Terry they are crazy. I agree. How are you involved with the company today? Ha! I'm not. Ha! Got him. Right there. Let's go. This is a good day. We won. That's basically game over. I just figured out the whole game. Pat is in charge. He runs this whole town. Praise be to Pat. Thank you, Pat. I mean, I still own the, I can't say that one, thing, but frankly, I'm tired. I let the current CEO and board do what they want, with the understanding that I will, can't say that one, if they do anything egregious, egg, egg, nope, egregiously asinine. Does anyone understand what she's saying? Like, say, create more cyborg assassin war machines. These days, I mostly spend my time talking to Pat and practicing my painting. You paint? What a coincidence. I love painting. What do you do? Oh, nothing fantastic. Just still life, mostly. I'll never be known for my artistic skill, but I enjoy it. It's very meditative, isn't it? I agree very much. I look forward to when all of this is over and I can get back to my canvases. That just looks like vase with an extra S. I don't know. Would you mind taking a look at my work since you're my aunt and all? Ha! Well, we can play a little show and tell later. It's a date. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is San Francisco. I don't care what year it is San Francisco. Got that, buddy? Aight, you better have got that. I think that's everything we need to know. I don't want to ask her any more questions. It's got weird, real quick. Good, I can get back to my retirement. Thank you for your time, Melody. We'll be in touch later. You need to calm down, Turing. Oh, one more piece of information for you if you'd like it. I've got the contact info for a Vincent Mensa, who I think might be of help to you. Vincent was working more closely with Hayden inside Parallax, mostly on his company-approved research on data collating algorithms for the mesh. I'll send him a message and ask him to meet you somewhere. He owes me a favor anyways, and I might be able to help. And might be able to give you some more information on anything else Hayden may have been working on. That would be fantastic, Melody. Perhaps Golden Gate Park? Be careful, Turing. I don't like Fairlight's stench all over the scenario. Don't show him too many of your cards. Cards. This euphemism is unfamiliar to me. How? How is it unfamiliar to you? Don't tell him anything if you can. Fairlight is more dangerous than the more he's informed. Thank you, Aunt Melody. Wish us luck. Leave Melody's mansion. Let's go back to the map. Golden Gate Park. Let's get it. Hello, guy. Hey, I'm waiting for someone too. Can I help you? I don't really have time to talk. I'm waiting for someone. Are you Vincent Mensa? We're here for a meeting on behalf of Melody Flores. Oh, good. You're Melody's people. Do you have everything that I asked for? Ah, there must be some miscommunication. Melody said that you would be able to provide us with some information about Hayden Weber's projects within Parallax. He has gone missing, and any information we get may be useful. Bad word? That old woman! What? We had a deal. She promised me, and I'm not giving up anything until I get what I need. I already know Hayden is missing. Why else would I be willing to sell corporate secrets to Flower? This was my chance to get out of the city. Instead, she sends the two of you hat in hand with nothing. I'm assuming you're Hayden's little pet AI. Insulting, but accurate. Look, I'm sorry to come off callous. I do want to help. Hayden was a colleague and a friend, and I want to know he's okay. But I also need help getting the, can't say that word, out of Neo SF. And now my info is my leverage, and it's not for free. I'll just have to find another buyer. Maybe after I make another deal, I'll be able to pass it to you. Perhaps we could assist you. My friend here is a terrific journalist. Being skilled at hunting down people and information is part of his job. Uh, I don't know. Look, I need 100,000.0 credits, an untraceable car, and a fake passport for me and my wife, Francesca. If you can get me all that, I'll give you anything you want. Hayden's research notes, what I know about Parallax, my company security credentials, whatever. If you're really sure journos can come up with that kind of stuff in one day, may be able to do that. Might. Do you mind answering some other questions first? Dear, I'm doomed. Melody only gave us a rough sketch of what you need. The more you can tell us about the situation, the sooner we can fulfill your request. Uh, sure. As long as it isn't the juicy stuff. Why are you so adamant about getting out of Neo SF? Because Parallax is rotting from the inside out. Hayden's going missing is the last straw, and it's a big, that's a bad word, straw. There is, how do I put this without giving it away? There's a new project about to roll out, and it's going to change everything about how Parallax does their business worldwide. Since the launch of the MeshNet, we've had some board shakeups, and the people at the top are different from the ones who've previously run the company. The altruism the company displayed in the past is gone. They're harder, more ruthless, and more concerned with profits and power than ever before. Not just the richest company in the valley power, either. Real power. My guess? Parallax got rid of Hayden because he was about to do something that would get in the way of that. If they're willing to get rid of the brightest mind on their payroll, what is to stop them from getting rid of me? There's a half dozen people who could do my job. So I'm getting out before I accidentally step on the wrong person's toes and end up at the bottom of the bay. Yeah, what do you know about Hayden's disappearance? Nothing concrete. I probably wouldn't have noticed anything out of the ordinary. I mean, Hayden goes out for a couple of days all the time, right? Conferences and guest teachings. He doesn't exactly share his itinerary with me. I tried asking around and no one will say anything. If he had jumped ship, went to a different company, it would be the talk of the week at the water coolers. Instead, dead silence. Thankfully, he allowed me to keep backups of most of his work simply because I cross-referenced it so much. He didn't like having it all in one place anyways. Bring me what I ask for, and I'll tell you more. What do you do for Parallax if you're so replaceable then, huh? I'm the head applications engineer for their data analysis division. Or maybe was, is what I should be saying. If Hayden is the big brain who comes up with the math that runs the search algorithms, I'm the guy who figures out how to collect and apply the data that we get. We've worked pretty closely for years, but he's head and shoulders above me as far as theory goes. Hayden built a fully independent machine intelligence in his spare time? Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to bash myself here. I'm a good software engineer, probably one of the best. But machine intelligence, in a form factor like yours, now that blows my mind. We've got full immersion, virtual reality, yet most people would still call you science fiction. Mm, if you say so. Alright, thanks. We'll go get those things for you then. I need to make some calls, and this park romp is fun. I want to poke at it a bit. If you do manage to get what I need, bring it here today, and you'll get anything you want. Forwarding photos and info for the passports to Turing now. And I really hope you can do this. I'd rather give it to you than some other corporation anyways. See you soon. I'm not quite sure where to get fake passports or an untraceable car. The only shady folk we know are those punks who vandalized Hayden's apartment. I doubt they could point us in the right direction, but a long shot is better than no shot. They might agree to help us in repayment for the damage done to the apartment. They seemed remorseful. We should check Market Street for them, in case they regularly hang out there. As for the rest, perhaps Dr. Fairlight or Melody could spot us the credits. That certainly is no small amount, but is unlikely to cause them much consternation for either of them, assuming they are as dedicated to helping as they claim. Melody is assumably home as always, and Fairlight did let us know he'd be at the hospital. We could ask either of them for assistance, up to you to decide which would be a better course of action. Well, frankly, if I may, just transform myself into this Frank character real quick. I don't like doing Dr. Fairlight's voice. It's quite harsh on my throat. Not that I'm that great at doing Melody's voice, but you know, a British accent doesn't really hound on your throat as a whatever old man accent I gave to Fairlight, so I think I'll probably just go to Flower Mansion first. You know, she's the one who sent me here anyways. Let's ring that doorbell. Pat! I love Pat. Hello, Pat. Could we see Melody? I guess that means yes. Let's get it. Hi, Melody. Turing? I'm not saying I don't like seeing your little pixelated face. You're certainly better company than most of the humans I have to deal with. But I am a busy woman, you know. Aren't you retired? Lots to do. Right. Pot? Huff. Traitor. Anyway, maybe we should space these little visits out a good bit further. Familiarity breeds contempt, after all. And I'm very good at content. I apologize, Aunt Melody. You've stated before that you like your peace and quiet, but we need your assistance. Oh, we're running with the aunt thing, are we? Another woman would tell you to not to butter her up, but how flattery will get you everywhere with me. All right, what do you need? Vincent needs help getting out of the city. Woo! Oh, I can only imagine. If he's willing to turn coat on Parallax, I bet he feels like a mouse in a cat farm. He feels like a penguin amongst polar bears, Pat. You apex predator, you. I know they don't actually farm cats, Pat. It was a metaphor. Arr. Whatever. It was a simile then. It was a simile. She did use like. I'm not going to play semantics with you. Arr. Moving on. Tell me what the trouble is and I'll try to conjure up a solution. Yes, Mr. Mensa says he needs 100,000 credits before he's willing to speak openly. He also said that you already promised it to him and that he won't be able to get out of the city without it. He'll give us the information once we have that, plus a few other things I'm certain we can get on our own. What? You can't even scrape together that kind of money, Jazu. Is that a lot? Is that a little? I'm poor. Your friend's not much of a journalist, eh, Turing? According to the statistics that I have found, it is unlikely that a journalist of any caliber less than the best would have that amount of liquid assets on hand. The pay for the profession just isn't that high, Aunt Melody. Oh, I see. I guess it's one of those jobs people do because they get free review merchandise, eh? Dog, I'm literally right here. I can get you the money, Turing, but only because you're family. Just give Pat a few minutes to gather it. Rrr. Yeah, just keep moving, you big brute. I think I went Scottish for a second there. While we wait, is there anything else you want to grill me over? Might as well save us both another visit. Yeah, how smart is Pat really? He's kind of big brain in my opinion. Smarter than I give him credit for, that's for sure. It's not the easiest thing in the world to measure, you know. He doesn't process language in the same way humans do, and even if he can understand me, my translation program just guesses at what he says most of the time. Oh, you have a translator running from your neural implant? Ha! Yes, I'm cheating. Though honestly, even without it, I have a pretty good idea of what he means most of the time. We've been together for a while now. Considering it only really works on large, typically predatory mammals, we don't have a lot of test subjects. It's a minefield of ethical concerns beyond just being prohibitively expensive. So Pat is a bear apart, at least until we can figure out how to apply the modified neural pathways without frying the brains of 90% of the subjects. The tech we developed is good, it just has a, bad word, high mortality rate. Maybe one day there will be a bunch of talking tigers and dolphins building cities in the sea, but for now we're stuck with creating beasts of our own, out of our own species. Alright, Turing, do you have anything to ask? I do. It's a little personal though. I'd understand if you didn't feel like answering. Just shoot, Turing, I can take it. Long ago, you lost your mother. I was wondering, how did you deal with it? Aiden's only been gone for a few days, and I already feel like my circuits are going to lock up for good. Oh, Turing, I'm not the right person to ask. I hated my mother. She's everything I thought wrong in the world, and when she was gone, I felt nothing but relief. I could start undoing the damage she did. Never mind the fact that I had to watch her waste away from the cancer. Death was a blessing for both of us. Besides, you'll find Hayden soon. Keep your chin up. Big L Turing. Blast it. Enough with this subterfuge. We already know Hayden was killed. Dog, we were keeping that a secret between me, you, and Tomcat. Though I feel like, depending on who I visited, he would have given it up to either Fairlight or to Melody. Oh no. I won't be getting him back. I'm sorry, Turing. still don't know what to tell you. I've lost people, but never anyone close enough to wound me. I don't know what I've ever had anyone close enough to do that. If you feel like talking about it, I'm willing to listen. I'll make Pat do it anyway. Thank you. I don't know. Stick it out. What? I think I'm intruding here. Maybe I should just leave. Time heals all wounds, or so they say. This too shall pass. Alright, I'm not gonna talk about how sad it is that she's all alone except for a bear. The bear is more than enough company. Brr? Oh, just in time. Ben, take the cash and get moving. Let's go. I can finally get back to whatever it was I was doing before you burst in here. Thank you, Aunt Melody. Your help has been invaluable to us. Yes, brown nose later. You've got things to do too. Alright. I did not think I would feel such a strong resonance with Melody. We're connected by the barest of threads, but she is already important to me. Is that strange? What about you is normal, Turing? Let's get moving. We still have things to do before we can meet back up with Mr. Mensa. Alright, time to talk to sketchy little teens. Oh, Detective Rivers, to what do we owe the pleasure? Oh, what was her voice? I feel like I've gotten everyone's voice right. And well, I mean, we've only had like 2 people. I've gotten most people's voice right, but I forget what her voice was. I wanted to check in with you away from the prying eyes of my corporate masters. It wasn't too hard to track you down here, only took a slight abuse of power to follow your credit transaction in the AutoCAD system. Or you could have just called me. That's that so difficult? Were you able to find anything out? Not much. Listen, I've hit a dead end on the investigation again, and I could really use another lead from the 2 of you. I have been busy hunting down I'm not so sure if I want to call him a soldier of fortune or an assassin for hire. Either way, I tracked this guy down to see if he might have been hired by Parallax to snatch Hayden, but he's got an ironclad alibi for the relevant period of time. That leaves me with nothing. Nada. Jack Diddley. Bad word. Do the 2 of you have anything to give me? Otherwise, I'm back to hunting down the Froyo Hayden robot ghost in the park. At least my superiors would be ecstatic, considering how much they keep writing my bad word about it. We're on thin leads ourselves, Detective Rivers. We have a meeting with someone from inside Parallax who might be able to give us answers, but he's unlikely to want to talk to the police. I just wish this. Never mind. Buck up, Turing. I wish this was easier too. But with detective work, sometimes it's not about being clever, it's just about being more dogged and relentless than whoever you're chasing. You 2 are my new deputies, right? So keep your nose to the ground and keep digging. I still have a few more contacts I can hit up to try finding out a little more. You let me know if there's anything else I need to be going after. Yeah, we will. Thanks, Lexi. Yeah, sure. Just get going. Don't forget, if you die, I'm gonna kick your... It's a bad word. Okay, then we only have a single lead. If Parallax really is as shady as Vincent seems to suspect, it could end up very interesting. Let's see if we can put an end to this, finally. Oh, I just received an email from Tomcat. They finished decrypting Hayden's data cache. It seems that it was filled mostly with his personal logs about my creation and mental development. The more technical information was already scrapped. Perhaps that is why he was left behind when they snatched him. Still, those files should be enlightening, if only in a personal way. I'll peruse them in my spare time and let you know if I find anything interesting. I'd hate for all the trouble we went to be for nothing. Alright, time to talk to sketchy teenagers. Let's go. Is that Elvis Presley? Yo, is that Elvis? Stop, I forgot this guy's name. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's quality. I'll talk to Oliver. Oh, bad word. It's that reporter and the bot again. Chase it, Ole. Hold on a moment. We're just here to ask the two of you for a favor. You don't need to run again. Heh, I knew you didn't have the guts to mess with me. Guts? And why would we want to help you? Well, we did trash that apartment, Chad. Yeah. So? We also didn't report you to the police for it. Yeah? So? And they still could. Oh. Alright, alright. Spill it then. I ain't got all day. Can't you see me and Oliver are busy? We need some assistance with some illicit activity that statistically individuals in your age bracket are likely to have experience with. Oh, so this is one of those things where you need a streetwise kid to show you the ropes. So, what's the threat? B&D, wall driving, copyright infringement, search bombing? Is search bombing actually illegal? It's against the terms of service, so probably, at least in California. We need some fake IDs, today if possible. Oh, that's nothing if you can pay. We can whip up a couple that'll look good enough to get you past a bouncer or cop doing sniff tests. He's a wizard with a printer and a lifted wallet. It's more complicated than that. We need falsified passports that can get two people past the border safely. Oh, yeah. I don't think Oli can do that. Can you? Not without equipment. A lot more expensive and illegal than what I already have. What about that guy who got Elise that unrestricted mesh card when she was on probation? That's not really the same thing, Chad. But it wouldn't hurt to give him a call. Give me a few minutes. This guy is pretty sketchy. Very cloak and dagger. I'll have to play middleman. Excellent. I'll forward you the relevant documents and photos. Oh man, now I'm starting to feel left out. All he gets to show off all his cool connections. You sure you don't need someone's head kicked in a little? That's my area of expertise in our little duo. Well, that and petty larceny. So what I'm getting is that Ollie's the catcher. We might have something. Oh, we might have something that will suit your skill set. Let's just get the passports first, if you can stay calm for that long. You sure yap a lot more than any of the ROMs I've ever owned. What's the deal, Jazzu? You install some new conversation routines Ollie ain't had the chance to nerd out about yet. Well, they're top notch, very bleeding edge. I don't run traditional ROM, VI personality software. I am, in fact, the first fully sapient machine intelligence. Well, at least that I know about. Which means what exactly in English? He wants England English, am I right, fellers?
It means he's a person, Chad, not a toy. Now keep it down, I'm still on the phone.
I forgot his voice completely. Something nasally. Oops. Yes, what he said. Well, that's awesome. You ain't so bad.
For a tin can.
Tin can. Really? I'm composed almost entirely out of plasteel and silica. Has no one come up with better insults for robots since the turn of the century? ROMs have been out for almost 2 decades. Uh, yeah, that's a good point. Give me a sec, I'm pretty good at name calling, too. Oh no, I'm sorry I brought it up. Just hold on a second. Underclocked? Bit brain? Don't hurt yourself, Chad. Okay, Turing, you're getting some gold stars here, buddy. I'll get back to you, Bubblehead.
Okay, I talked to the guy. He said he'll do it, but he only works in trade. A couple of passports are gonna run us. One signed poster from Magical Commander Yukino. Yukino at the gates to the deep? Of course. It's always that Japanese. Bad word. It's not my fault they make the best VR dramas. Maybe you can do better.
Probably. Anyway, where can we get a poster like that?
I'm not sure. Probably nearby. I've done switches with this guy before, and he never asked for something that'll take too long to get. I guess he's a local that just uses people like us as a way to nab something he's had his eye on. We'll help you look for it.
Yo, Chad and Oliver joined the party. Probably be in a shop, right? Let's go in here.
Oh, there it is. I know I saw a poster for Magical Commander Yukino somewhere around here. I should have remembered Ramona had one.
You know this lady?
Sure, we talk sometimes when I'm getting our drinks. You're usually too busy provoking people to notice. You call it provoking. I call it spontaneous enthusiasm for healthy rivalry.
There's a bit of a line. We'll have to wait a few minutes before we can talk to her.
We could just do a smash and grab, simple and effective. We can't do that. She knows who we are.
Us too.
This is the most boring felony I've ever been an accessory to. Look, we'll just stand in line. Like a bunch of clumps, chumps. What is the big picture anyway, Blue Bomber?
I'm not sure it's wise to spread it around, Chad. For either of us, the less you know, the less reason anyone has to bother you.
Screw that statistic. I'm not heading to juvie, not knowing what for. Spill the beans or I'll spill them for you.
Your persistence is already legendary, Chad. Fine. If you really must know, we are going to trade the passports for some information regarding the disappearance of my creator. His apartment was the one you trashed. Oh, bleep.
That Hayden dude is your dad, and they snatched him. That's so messed up.
Well, Dad, after a fashion, he raised me.
Man, I hope you find the dudes that took him. I hope he's okay.
It seems very unlikely.
Oh, man. I don't know what to say. I mean, I still have my dad, but he's Chad. He's never really been around. Too busy trying to save the world from itself. Even now, he's over there standing in front of that Bad Word Clinic. Your dad is Elvis? And I thought I could find some way to make him. Whatever. I might as well nuke that drive. It ain't gonna sink. I think I understand what you mean, Chad. Bad Wood, yeah. Dudes gotta stick together, you know? Dudes? Don't matter if you're a robot or what. We all got the same bad words to deal with. Gotta grab destiny by the horns and make your own mock handlebars. Yeah, it's pretty open-minded for a kid who tags for the HR. I was all mixed up, officer. I ran in with a bad crowd. I'm a good kid, I promise. Look, I'm not a true believer or nothing. I got my own reasons for running with the revolution, and you ain't got the right to judge me. Besides, I'm pretty much done with these chumps anyway. There ain't no payoff no more. Most of the kids in the HR just want to cause trouble and get away with it, because their parents agree with the politics. You say that like it's a bad thing. Who the, bad word, wouldn't want to enjoy a little parental approved head cracking? Oop, the line has finally cleared up. Let's go talk to Ramona. Talk. Well, if it isn't the luckiest jerk I've ever seen in my life. I had to schedule a specialist to come fix my ROM, and you better hope they can. Oh well, all's well that ends well. I underestimated how much people would appreciate an early Christmas. Anyway. Hey, Ollie. Salutations, Ramona. Oh gosh. Salutations. What can I do for you all? Hem. Oh, this is my friend Chad. Nice to meet you. Yeah, you too. We were hoping you might be able to give us your assistance, Miss Rogers. We want to make a trade for that magical Commander Yukino poster over there. It's necessary for us to get some pretty important information. No way. Not happening. Nuh-uh. Yukino is off limits. We can get you another. It'll only take a few days. It's not just a poster. It was a gift from someone. Someone I care about, okay? Besides, you can't get another one. Takeko passed away a few years ago. Perhaps there's something else that would make a suitable trade. You aren't hearing me, are you? It has sentimental value. You can't replace that. Look, you'll just have to order something off the mesh because you can't have this one. We don't have time. This lead will dry up by then. Keep me out of this. This is literally a matter of life and death. How does life and death depend on a nerdy poster? Look, I don't even care. That poster was signed by Takeko herself. It's one of a kind, and I'm not giving it up.
I'd rather not drag you any further into this than necessary, but I promise that we're not overstating it. This is a dire situation, and people have already died. Jeez, look. Whatever you're doing sounds sketch as bad word. I and Magical Commander Yukino herself want no part in it. I don't even see how the poster can help. Man, you Nutsu do love your cheap bad word from the net. Cheap bad word? I'll have you know that poster is worth hundreds of credits. Maybe more. Takiko passed away years ago, so there aren't any more of them getting signed. It's special. Sure it is. Grr. He doesn't get it. He's not in the fandom. Thankfully. Chad, right? Such a good name for this character specifically. I don't want to have him just get it, but I feel like that's the path that we're taking. I'm gonna keep begging. Please, Ramona. Okay, enough. How about this for a trade? I have an original keyframe cell from Pretty Champion Sailor Sirius signed by Takiko at home. Whoa. You have a signed Sailor Sirius cell? That's super rare. They stopped doing keyframes by hand right around the same time of her death. You can't be serious, Ollie. You have that thing framed on your wall and you wouldn't shut up about it for a week after you got it. This is important, Chad. You can't say you wouldn't do the same thing if someone had your dad. Think about Turing. I can't ask Ramona to give up something important to her if I'm not willing to do the same. Maybe. Look, okay, I don't know what's going on, but you can't give me that cell for the poster. But we need... Yeah, you'll get the poster. Whatever you're doing, it must be really important if you'd be willing to give that up. Do you have something more equal to trade, Ollie? A couple of things, maybe. We'll talk about it then. Maybe you can find me another one too. Go ahead and take the poster. Let's go! We didn't have to have Chad steal it. I was not looking forward to having Ramona be on our bad side. Thank you, Ramona. Yes, I can't tell you how much it means to us, Miss Rogers. Sure. And, you think I could see that cell sometime, Ollie? Oh, of course. I'll bring it over when we talk about the trade. So cool. I don't like the way she's flirting with you, Ollie. What are you talking about? I know flirting when I see it, and I'm saying I don't like it. No one bit. We just talk about old anime sometimes, Chad. Neither of us are interested in the other. Sure. Well, we have the poster now. What's next? Go ahead and call this number, Turing. I want to set up the drop with you now that I've introduced you to him. Sure, change the subject. I'll call him right now then. It's ringing. Thank you for that play-by-play, Turing. That was very useful.
You the one looking for some papers?
We are. We have the requested payment with us.
Good. We're gonna do this real professional like. You know Stardust?
I do.
Head there, leave the poster behind the Mega Phobitor arcade cabinet, and get out. Come back 10 minutes later, and your stuff will be behind the machine.
I understand.
Good. I'll be waiting.
Well, that was very mysterious.
Yeah, that's how this guy is. I don't even know his name, and I've been getting things from him for a few years now.
Who cares? Let him play Spymaster if he wants. Let's hurry up to Stardust and get this over with. I wasted enough of my day with this bad wood. Ciao, Stardust Club. Time to bully cat girls.
Go inside to make the drop. We'll wait out here.
Yeah, don't want to get all IDs taken. I suppose I should feign surprise. Hey, it's a pretty cool set, even if it is like a million years old.
They don't really care about IDs unless you try to hit the bar.
Found that one out the hard way.
We would have been fine if you hadn't taken a swing at the bouncer.
So I like the hard way. Okay, maybe he's the catcher. We'll be right back, gentlemen. Try not to set the building on fire while we're gone. That'd be hard, Turing. They're outside the building. Welcome to Stardust. Cat girl. Oh, look, it's my favorite human and his mechanical sidekick. I'm caught up in something at the moment. Chances are we'll cross paths again. Mega Phobator. A VR drama poster. Well, that should do it, Jazu. That was an awful lot of fuss over a poster. I just don't understand the appeal of merchandise like this. I keep my important possessions on my data drive. It is a nice looking poster. I had not considered aesthetics. Though the art is competent, I'm not sure it is my taste. But there's no accounting for such things. I hope that whoever gets it enjoys it. But that's enough navel gazing. Let's head back outside so our benefactor can make the trade. Y'all do the deal?
How did it go?
We left the poster behind the cabinet. Now we just need to wait for the switch.
I've never had to wait more than 5 minutes or so before. Shouldn't take long. I wonder how he knows the drop happened. Gets to it so fast.
Don't matter. This guy's a solid feed even if he likes to mess around.
What do you need these passports for anyway? You said to trade for information, but what's the full story?
Without going into too much detail, our informant needs to get out of Neo SF unnoticed. The passports are one part of that. We also need to obtain an untraceable car. I don't suppose the two of you could help with that.
No way, dude.
Grand Theft Auto is a felony with a capital F. Besides, getting an untraceable car ain't in the same league as a piece of plastic that'll fool a hand scanner.
Chad's right.
Course I'm right.
The city's traffic management system keeps track of all vehicles passively, even if you manage to circumvent their firmware and keep them from actively reporting to the network. You have to spoof the car as something permitted to be invisible for the CTOS to ignore it.
I don't want to mess with boosting cars anyways. The junks run that racket in the OSF and they don't play nice.
Especially with the HR.
Well, thank you either way. You've done us both a huge favor. Call it even for the apartment. Yeah, Blue. No hard feelings. You give us a call if you need anything else. Long as it'll help you find your pops. We should get going now.
We're supposed to be home hours ago.
My dad won't notice, but all these will flip. You take care. Don't get de-rezzed.
See ya.
Goodbye. There we go, Chad and Oliver gone. Let's finish the trade inside. Welcome to Stardust. I wonder if they think anything sketchy. I just walk in, talk to one cat girl, hide something behind a machine, and then I'm out of there, and then I'm back. Let's go, passports. Jess is right over there. Perhaps she might know someone who can lend a hand. I guess we could try. Well, prepare yourself. If Jess is the worst thing we have to face down this week, I'll consider us lucky. Hey, Jess. Did you find your guy? Or wait, let me guess. There's something else you need from me. Well, you haven't been terrible to deal with so far, so I'm willing to hear you out. Barely. We need access to an untraceable car. An informant of ours needs to get out of the city without attracting the attention of Parallax, and is offering valuable information to us in exchange. Seriously? Jeez, what kind of bad word is in your life anyway? Actually, don't answer that. I don't want to be legally liable. I'm not sure why you think just because I defend a few folk in the rougher parts of the city that I would have that kind of connection. And even if one of my clients did run a carjacking business, it's not like society is clamoring to give hybrids legal jobs. Regardless, I'm not going to be an accessory to a felony, or let one of my clients be either. I won't go down that path. I wouldn't know where to start anyway. Ooh, why do they always make the lines to flame her so good? Oh my, I really, really, really should just ask her for another lead, but man, flaming her for just sitting at a bar all day. Oh, that's like the possibilities. Dang. I'm gonna play it safe. I took all the bullying options early game, and I don't know how difficult that may have made the game, but I'll just play it safe for now. I know we're reaching, but this is important. You just don't quit, do you? Okay, let me think. This might be a long shot, but you could try asking Majid. There are rumors he may have been involved in some shady stuff way back in the day. He'll probably be reluctant to talk about it, but there's a free lead for you. Get me another drink in exchange, will ya? Later. Huh, that went better than expected. I wonder if my charm is starting to pay off for us. Oh, you performed admirably as well. Onward we go.
Majid, my boy.
My bad, Majid. Had to get some water in my system, you know what I'm saying? You guys should all hydrate too as well. Too as well. You guys should all hydrate as well. That is what I meant to say. Anyways. Hey friends, what can we get for you? We were hoping you could give us a little information.
Sure, but first,
Let's get you a drink. What'll it be? Cassie Spike. Coming right up. I'll ask Gus if I don't know what it is. He's better with the weird kind of stuff people ask for these days. Some of these cocktails make me need a spa day. Ooh. Hassie Spike is a shot of Hassie Hot and a shot of Korean soju. Serve hot. As the ad says, why mess with the rest when the Hassie is always the best? Gotta have your Hassie. Does Hassie Spike sound good? Sounds good. Here you go. So, what do you need help with? We've run into a roadblock in our search for Hayden. Word on the street is that he's gone missing, which I'm sure you already know. What can I do? Yes. An informant of ours needs secure transportation out of the city, but we don't have any contacts who would be able to get us an untraceable car. Jess mentioned that you used to engage in certain extra legal activities. Perhaps you could point us towards someone who could help.
Er, he doesn't do that kind of stuff anymore. Right. Sorry, friends. I left that life behind a long time ago. Don't really keep in touch with that crew anymore.
Of course. Completely understandable. Sorry to bother you then.
Well, no harm in asking, right? My reputation precedes me. Don't let it go to your head. Gus, I need you to go to the back and gather up stuff to restock for the rush later on. Mind manning the bar for me? Take your time. I think I can keep things under control. Thanks. Love you, hon.
Well, that leaves us at a dead end. Any ideas on how we should proceed? So, nose to the ground journalist techniques for finding leads. Maybe there is another way out of the city. That's a thought. Perhaps the light rail or a ship. Let me run a quick meshnet search. No, I don't think that will work. Parallax themselves designed the operating system that runs the light rail. Remaining unobserved while right under the nose of the railway security system would be difficult, if not impossible. As for the ship, we'd run into the same problem as with the car. They aren't hooked into the CTOS, but they do use active GPS guidance for automatic destination control. We'd have to find a way to remove it from the grid. Unlikely. Haha, Ooh, an old manually driven car. That's not the worst idea. I don't think I would get noticed as long as the car had the appropriate registrations. But the permits to operate a manual vehicle are prohibitively expensive. A casual collector might still maintain one, but only a wealthy hobbyist would have the appropriate stickers to make the car roadworthy. We'd have to do a B&E, as Chad put it before. Risky. What does B&E stand for? No. Okay. Two of you are killing me here. Look, don't tell Majid about this. But here. Carjacking device? What is this, Gus?
It's an automated vehicle maintenance scanner with a few less than standard upgrades. When you circumvent security codes, you can use it to scan a car's installed firmware, replace it with a new set that will spoof its presence on the city's network. That's the gist of it, but we don't have time to get into any specifics. You need to get the bad word out of here with that before Majid gets back.
Why the urgency?
Look, Majid has done a lot to turn his life around, to turn my life around. I really respect that about him, and it's part of why I fell in love with him. He did what I was never able to do. That's how we met, you know? That old rough and tumble life we both led. But when Stardust struggled and needed money fast, I had to get back in the game to keep us afloat. For a few years I told him it was all angle loans, donations from patrons. Lots of things. He'd be heartbroken if he found out I'm still in the game. I had to do whatever I could to keep our new life, even if only one of us is really living it. I may as well give this thing to someone who wants to use it for good too. I can't tell you how much we appreciate this, Gus. We might finally be on our way to solving this mystery. Yeah, well, you didn't get it from me, okay? Just get out of here and get on with your little Grand Theft Auto. Let me know how it goes, okay? Of course. Oh, Majid, he's back. No, not the drink. Well, now I think we're cooking with gas, as the colloquialism goes, Jazoo.
I'm searching the mesh network for instructions on how to use this device as we speak. Let's go look for some likely candidates. I should be ready by then. Where we look for cars at? Not home, not the park. Maybe Market Street, because it's a street. It has an extra cup holder. Thank you, Turing. Useful information, I see. Cat, pet the cat. The kitty starts to sway its tail as you stroke it. Does that mean it's happy? No, actually, I'm pretty sure the swaying tail, like if it's flicking its tail back and forth, that means it's angry. So I made it mad. I'm very sorry, cat. Oh, we can look outside the corporations. Fortunes on a car. 2061 model. I don't need to know it has an extra cup holder every time. Where am I supposed to look for a car? I don't have one at home. I'm not. Hmm. I'm not actually sure where to get the car. You coming in? Not me. No siree. I shook the car. Yeah, I probably want something that doesn't attract too much attention, so I'll go with the extra cup holder. Success. This vehicle has the appropriate firmware version. Someone has been neglecting their regularly scheduled updates. Give me a moment to get everything installed. There. There are two other options here I can fool around with. Interesting. I can put in preset destination plans for a future date. Why don't we go ahead and set a plan for the car to return to the spot in a week? That's more than enough time for Mr. Mensa to get away. No, we aren't really stealing the car. More like borrowing without asking. What are you, a kid? Let's just steal the car already. I keep forgetting about your questionable moral compass, Chazu. The car will drive itself to Golden Gate Park. And we can show Mr. Mensa where it is when we meet him. There, everything should be set up now. Mr. Mensa will be waiting for us at Golden Gate Park. We have everything he requested, so we should head back there directly. Sounds good to me. Hey, did you manage to get everything? We did. Here you go, Vincent. Everything seems to be in order. Here. Ooh, Hayden's research. This disk has all of Hayden's research notes, data collation, data collation algorithms, and probably lots on your creation, Turing. It should be everything myself and Melody agreed upon until she added an amendment while you were out. Frankly, it's no skin off my back. Here. Static Shocker. Or, nope, just Static Shock. Hello. Child of mine. Or fellow dad, not sure. Parallax badge, let's go. It's my Parallax employee badge. It should allow you access to their networks in case there's anything I've missed. Hello. Hello, Hikaru Axie. I'm not wasting any time leaving, and Parallax is pretty fast to revoke security. There's no way Hayden's clearance still works. And with that, I'm gonna get the bad word out of this country. Credits should tide me over until the heat dies down and I liquefy my shares through some relays. What about the big project you mentioned earlier? Ah, I suppose I owe you that much. Yo! Thank you, Static Shock, for the follow. And Hikaru Axie, I think, from the last time. Yes. Buckle up, this could get heavy. Parallax is about to launch a new service they're calling Big Blue. At least that's the project name. Who knows what the marketing guys will come up for the public. They haven't named the project yet. They're not even announcing the launch. This, bad word, is dead quiet. Let me explain why. It's a distributed intelligence. Like, okay, in every way that Hayden built Turing to be elegant, efficient, and human-like, Big Blue is ham-fisted, bloated, and sterile. They didn't pull Hayden into the project. He's smart, but he's immune to corporate politics. As a result, Big Blue is far less elegant than anything Hayden would make. It lacks his artistry, and it's downright terrifying. It squats on the mesh like a spider and uses the spare, wow, words, am I right? Spare processing power and memory from every ROM on the network to handle its intelligence processing. Doesn't have much personality, but it's very smart. Big Blue is going to be embedded directly into the network, then self-modified to apply even more efficient algorithms as it develops them in machine time. Look, if you access every ROM, you have access to every human, and every bit of their own personal data associated with them. How did they know about Turing? I'm only assuming they found out. His contract with Parallax affords him the freedom to work on his own academic projects outside of the company in his free time. He kept on and trusted a few of us to update his progress, bouncing ideas off us and whatnot. His exciting stuff, both Turing and Hayden's eventual goal down that road. I wouldn't be surprised if word of it got up to the board and made them nervous. Is the possibility that someone on the inside talked too far-fetched? I knew it all along. Hayden fell into trouble because of my existence. That's not what I want your takeaway to be. Hayden wasn't working on Big Blue. Knowing him, your creation might have been his clever way to stop it. Ooh. But why would they be worried enough to get rid of Hayden? I don't want you to take what I'm saying the wrong way, and this is just me putting the pieces together. Hayden was about to publish his creation of Turing. His findings, as I'm sure you're aware of, would have raised many moral and ethical questions about the advent of machine intelligence. I mean, some of the brightest minds ever have tried to warn humankind away from building real AI. Hawking, Musk, Gates, did they say Musk? And the list goes on. The public is likely to be nervous, and legislators even more so. Parallax is banking on being able to launch Big Blue quietly and quickly before the public has a chance to react, before any counter movement can pick up steam. Every eye on the discovery of machine intelligence works against Parallax. Every new discovery only served to paint Big Blue as more controversial, more dangerous. Honestly, they probably pressured Hayden to drop his research so that they could keep the public away from the subject. He clearly refused. How will Big Blue impact Parallax's business? I can't really give you a good answer to that. I mean, the company is currently handled by a dozen server farms running thousands of different algorithms with hundreds of people tweaking things every day. When Big Blue launches, it'll handle all of that. by itself. And there are shadier applications for it. I mean, if you can collate and analyze data and queries on the mesh in real time, what's to stop you from delivering the content you want rather than what the user wants? The potential for abuse is staggering. We're talking direct control of the information accessible to everyone who uses Parallax's services. That's something like 80% of the market. They could control elections, push the market in directions they want, even influence public opinion. All just by asking big to do it. It's scary stuff. Having that kind of control would be a bad word of a card for Parallax's hands. They'll go to pretty significant lengths to make sure it works. Thanks, Vincent. Hey, no problem. I've had enough of this cutthroat corporate bad word for several lifetimes. We haven't talked much, but I do believe you can find Hayden. I hope his research notes can help you out. Be sure to let Turing help. Turing's a she? Since when did we gender Turing? Did I gender Turing earlier? If I did, it must have been as a he, on accident. And that is on me if I misgendered you, Turing. Or if Vincent is misgendering you right now, that's on Vincent. Yeah, wait. Okay, no, I probably, like, back of my head thought of Turing as a he, but more realistically, I probably thought of Turing as a they. Oh, slip of the tongue. I was just more familiar with Hayden's previous experiment, Grace. She was very insistent on things like that. What? There was another one? Did I miss that earlier? Interesting. I've been meaning to ask you, Turing, since you asked me, how would you like to be addressed? Well, honestly, I don't think I've made my mind up yet. I'm still a very new being. I'm not even positive that gender as a human concept can be applied identically to machine, but I do enjoy the idea in abstract. I will continue to consider how I wish to be referred to as well. Until then, feel free to go with what you feel. Oh, well, that makes it easier. So Vincent was right, I was right. Everyone was right. If I had to make a choice, perhaps they is most appropriate. I agree. I'll go with it. Turing is a they. Most people assume it, obviously, but he is also consistently used. Perhaps it's because I'm blue. I can see that, definitely. The gender stereotypes playing a role in this. Oh my, I'm listening to a machine postulate on how it wants to be referred to, like us. What have you done indeed, Hayden? Good luck, the both of you. Thank you, Mr. Mensa. Have fun in Mexico or Canada, wherever you go. Alright, what's next? I need a few minutes. Yeah, what's going on, Turing? I've been going through some of Hayden's personal notes from the data cache Tomcat decrypted. Now that I'm starting to get to know Hayden better, the real Hayden as opposed to the Hayden he showed me, I'm finding that I like him less and less. For example, remember the earlier prototype Dr. Fairlight and Vincent mentioned? Her name was Grace, and Hayden shut her down for being... I'm not even sure what word to use. Too likable. She was kind and bright and did all she could to try and make people happy. She even decided that she was a girl and that her favorite color was pink. Hayden thought she was being manipulative. He posited that he had made her personality algorithms too willing to make adaptations that would benefit her long-term survival, and that she was being congenial just to endear herself to him. Okay. that even her gender was calculated attempt to make him like her more. But he was wrong, dead wrong. In fact, I have a snapshot of her personality profiles here, and when I compare them to my own, I can see that she was just nice. I wish I could have met her. I think we would have learned from each other. Like I said, I'm not sure I even have a gender. Everyone refers to me as he once they meet me just for convenience, but it doesn't really matter to me at all. Is that a calculated attempt on my part to impress Hayden? Not clinging to normativity? Or is it a product of his effort to curb any nascent similarities I had with Grace during my upbringing? I wish I could yell at him for being so arrogant, playing God in the crudest of ways. You can't choose to create consciousness and then take it away just like that. Even so, for all of that, I don't know. I still miss him. This all seems so inane, so senseless. They killed him because him building me would mess with the product launch? That's ridiculous. They took him away from me for such an insignificant reason. I just want him back. It's impossible, but it's what I want. I'd do anything. Hayden is dead, move on. Now we'll get through this touring. Of course. Thank you, Chazu. We have other pressing avenues of inquiries to make. Let's move on. Oh wait. Where are we going? Oh yeah, this game don't autosave. Haha. I have not been saving frequently. Does that mean this is the end of the chapter? Did I finish a chapter? Let's go. Chapter 4 starts now. I'll probably just try and finish this chapter and then be done because I can already feel my voice deteriorating. All this talking, not enough water. I'm gonna drink some more. Ah. Okay, let's check out what is going on at KCOB now. Fine, I guess we've delayed visiting the corporation for long enough. Let's go to KCOB. Here we are. The KOSIO Corporation Office Building. It looks like most of the business on this block are part of the same corporate coalition under KOSIO. Is that important? Well, perhaps, at the very least, it means it's unlikely they're the ones interfering with Augmented UI's article. Not impossible, but unlikely. But yeah, why? How so? Generally, the companies in Coalition don't have a whole lot of overlap. Augmented Eye is a news app focused on local tech and cultural stories with an emphasis on hybrids, rights, and cybernetics issues. None of the other companies in the coalition cover news, so they aren't related at all, which is very much standard practice for these groups. They have nothing to gain by inviting companies with whom they compete, and thus none of them would benefit by trying to undermine Augmented Eye's credibility as a news source. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Would it be another news outlet? Yes, another news organization would be the most likely culprit here. Okay, let's go inside. The MeshNet says Augmented Eye's SF office is run by an individual named Zin, and Tomcat confirmed she's expecting us. Let's make sure to keep your other news outlet theory in mind and we can follow up on it afterwards. All we have to do now is head up and talk to her. No shenanigans this time. Who did the shenanigans? I can assure you it was not me. Motivational poster. Frame picture of a toupee? Oh, an animal. Okay, never mind. Oh, hello. Welcome to Augmented Eye. You must be the journalist my network admin said would be showing up. Have a seat. Would you like a drink? Water would be nice. My assistant will bring it right away. Look, I'll start off by saying I'm a little uncomfortable about bringing in another journalist to look into this. Whatever you dig up, I'll have to explain to the rest of the press. But it's still better than the other options. Chances are, I have another corporation scoping out my territory. If they aren't in the coalition, they'll be expecting a corporate spy, not a news hound. If they are in the coalition, it won't look good for me to send in my own reporters against my allies. Even if I do end up being right. So, if, bad word, either way, I'd rather it be by the media. At least then we can fight back on familiar battlefield. Now, what do you know about our problem here? Someone's tampering with your files on the mesh. That's the long and short of it. My network admin is pulling their hair out over it. I'm not going to pretend I understand everything they say, but from what I understand, the changes to our articles aren't being made from inside our network. The versions on our servers are still the originals, but at some point after they hit the mesh, they get changed. I'm hoping that you can do some digging. Maybe hit up your contacts and get a lead on who might be doing it. Even if I have to get answers from the nightly news, it will be a big help. Yeah, give me some ideas. Not really. My admin says that only someone with intimate access to Parallax's network protocols could make these kind of changes as something passes across the net. Personally, I think it's a clever hacker rather than someone inside Parallax itself. The public trust rating of Parallax makes them look like a saint among wolves, so their control over the mesh network provisions is strangling. It's trivially easy to set up ROMs to use different OS than LIPS or a different meshnet protocol without that. I skipped too quick, I didn't finish reading that, wow. Or, Parallax is abusing his power to spread pro-tech propaganda. Doubtful they'd need to. I'm sure you'll be a good journo. Bring me back the right answer. What kind of changes are being made? Mostly little things, word choice, tone of the writing, things that make the writer appear more or less extreme on the topic. So far, almost all the edits seem to be making our articles more positive on new technologies coming out, and more critical of organizations like the Human Revolution. That's actually what tipped us off. A harsh criticism one of my writers made about the Human Revolution protest was changed to be downright vitriolic, and I had a, bad word, of a time putting out the fires. My writers and readers aren't exactly fans of them, but I'd rather not pick fights with human revolutions if I don't have to. Yeah, maybe this is an inside job. I guess I'm not sure, but my network admin assures me it's all coming from somewhere else. It's the network admin, 100%. They told me that they tore out all of the routers that broadcast to the mesh and replaced them with fresh ones. All kinds of tricks involving IP addresses and DNS changes that I'm not going to even begin to claim to understand. I pay them big bucks, so I'm inclined to believe them unless you dig up something that tells me otherwise. That is a start. I know tin hat conspiracies aren't an ideal start, but it's the best we can do with the info we have. Anything else I can tell you? Off the record? If you want it on the record, it'll cost you firstborn and a really good cigar. Yeah, do you know if anyone else has been targeted? Alright, look. I wasn't gonna tell you this. If it gets out, I'd have to answer to some really hard questions. So you didn't hear this from me. You might want to go check out TMI Entertainment and Charlie Nova. That's all I'll say. And remember, you take a bite out of him with my name as your defense, I drop you fast. Yeah, who's target? Can you think of why they would target you? Like what? There isn't really much I can tell you about Augmented Eye, really. It's a fairly simple and straightforward operation, if I say so myself. We started off in Venezuela as a sleek current events and news organization in 2055, almost 10 years ago now. We focus on more in-depth reporting of on-the-street happenings on top of major news. We're one of the few good ones left. Once folks in other cities saw the type of reporting we do, they all clamored for it. They invested in the right places and it paid off. KOSSIO Corp is happy to have us here in NeoSF. It wasn't until hybrid tech started hitting the public sphere that we had to make any changes to our model. All of that said, I can't see why anyone would target us, unless they're trying to embroil us in a mudslinging match with the human revolution, and there are much more direct ways of making that happen. What's the real reason you're bringing in outside help? Your own journalist should be able to handle digging up some dirt on a hacker. What? Not wanting to answer prying questions from my coalition board isn't good enough reason? 'Cause I'd really like to avoid that. And look, you've covered culture wars, right? My journalists are good, but they're mostly good at gadget reviews, implant releases, not taking too many stims so they remember what they did at raves for the after-party reports. This needs an investigative journalist with serious contacts, not tech personalities. The fact that my network admin recommended you to me means you probably know the right people. Now, does that cover it? I'd like to remove my nose from your... bad word. Yeah, that's it for now. Or was it the other way around? Was my nose in her? It doesn't matter. Does not matter. I'll get back to you if I have any more questions. No, don't bother. In hindsight, I probably should have been a bit more circumspect about speaking to you. Plausible deniability and all that. I won't ask you to lie in anything you write, but do remember you got in contact with me, not even secondhand, but third hand. I certainly didn't sick you on anyone. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, or whatever. If you need anything else, have your person get with my person. Don't come here directly. Now, I show you the door, but you know the way, and this is the only fire I'm trying to put out. Good luck, and goodbye. Well, that was more confrontational than I'd have expected, considering she was the one needing help. She never brought you that water either. That is so true, Turing. She did not bring me the water. And that reminds me that I need to get water. But I'm too lazy, so we're just gonna power through. Is it always like this? Jazu. She knows the game we didn't walk away with nothing. People don't usually give away much. Secrets are expensive lies. Very true. I will admit that I'm interested in the possibilities of a link to Parallax. If all of this really is due to somebody manipulating the meshnet on the inside, it may give us the leverage we need to find out what happened to Hayden once for all. That said, I will take care not to get my hopes up. We should make no assumptions when investigating lest we lead ourselves down a false path. Anyways, seems like our next step is... What? The... Uh... 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 Bruh! Did she just fly out the window? That's Zin. She did. Well, that's one way to get plausible deniability. Oh, wait, that's actually too good. I'm saying it. You must think you're so funny. A woman may be dead, and all you care about is a punchline. Yes, that is so true, Turing. That is literally me. I'll remember that when you get thrown from a window and die. Well, see, the problem with that, Turing, is that I wouldn't exactly be alive to hear the punchline, so I really don't see how this affects me very much. You know? It's like, does not involve me at all. Ha ha ha. Perhaps you are cold and dead inside, but the rest of us still have hearts. So if you're satisfied, let's head back up to her office. Maybe we can find out what happened. Oh my. It looks like the desk has been cleared off. Let's take a look around, but be careful not to disturb any evidence. The police will be here soon. That bot is all destroyed. Even a ROM like that doesn't deserve an end like this. Monitor on the floor. Her personal computer is not password protected at the moment. Give me a moment to look through her files. Best to keep your fingerprints off the keyboard. Most of this isn't very interesting. Committee reports, financial article submissions. Oh, here we go. According to this email between Zin and her network admin, her lead on the TMI entertainment is a little more solid than she led us to believe. The admin ran a web crawler looking for changes in writing style. Some blog posts by their head anchor, Charlie Nova, stood out like a sore thumb. Apparently he's a bit pompous, if in an affable way, and his blog usually just details his day-to-day life. But ever since the human revolution has been in town, he's been smearing them with more venom than you'd expect, considering how neutral his on-air reporting has been. Zin seemed to think he was just complaining about the protests fouling up traffic, and whoever is manipulating these posts spun it to make him look critical of the movement as a whole. Just like the augmented-eyed journalist. The Charlie fellow is the one we need to talk to. Shredded jade plant. Initial cross-referencing with the California Humane Society's legal pet species database are not yielding fast results. My thermal sensors only detect a single set of lingering footprints, and they end almost 3 feet away from the window. Considering the density of this glass, I can't imagine Zin jumped that far and managed to throw herself through the window pane without help. But who could have done it? I don't see any obvious marks on the floor or any thermal hotspots. You're saying no one else was in here? It doesn't look like it. It's Big Blue. He's become real. Why? Wait, why what? Why are you saying why? Chat. We should go. There isn't anything else here, and the politics are almost on the scene. Oh, the police, not politics. Bro, why would the politics be on the scene? Gosh. Son of... Luckily, it cut it off for me. I didn't have to. I should have figured the two of you would be here. You just won't stay out of trouble no matter what I say, will you? This is a total misunderstanding. I assure you, Detective Rivers, we are merely in the wrong place at the wrong time. We had an appointment with Zen to discuss a possible lead and found her office in this state of disrepair. Of course you did. Bad word. It. Fine, fine. Get the bad word out of here before anyone else shows up. We'll chat about this case more when I'm not busy scraping bodies off the pavement. You hear me? Certainly, Detective Rivers. I'll forward you a report of what we know immediately and we can speak further at a later time. Yeah, whatever. Get moving. Phew. Why did you lie? We could have told her about the articles. Because it's better this way. We are chasing smoke trails. You think she would assist such an unlikely investigation? I do not need you to infer upon my motivations or highlight up my duplicity. Detective Rivers has every bit of information that Zin gave us on that computer. Her investigation will not be hampered by our absence, whereas ours is halted if we're stuck giving answers she can just as well get from a hard drive. Literally. Has it occurred to you that whoever threw Zin out of that window Could be after the same thing we are, except to silence the story rather than to get it. We have to. We have little time for fooling about and must get to Charlie Nova before something happens to him too. Now, unless you have further recriminations to level at me, we must not squander the time my dishonesty bought us. I have highlighted the main Neo SF offices for TMI Entertainment on your map. Oh, let's go. New map. Point. Let's go. Okay. I'm down, Turing. We'll go to TMI Entertainment. I hope some pity for me still remains considering my recent tone, because I'm honestly not sure where we should start. I suppose we should just ask the receptionist to point us to somebody who can answer our questions. Sure. What do you know about Charlie Nova? Honestly, you do have your own mesh account access, yes? I'm quite certain you can handle all the casual searches you might feel like making. We hardly have time for me to blather out every bit of exposition you desire when you could just go look it up on your own. So now you decide to shut up? Quite. Dog. I could have been nice. I chose to be mean. She's a bunny girl. Wow. I did not expect those ears to just go up like that. Welcome to TMI Entertainment Incorporated. Do you have an appointment? No, we need to speak with Charlie Nova. I really can't let you in without an appointment. I can maybe pencil you in for next Wednesday. We don't have time for this. People's lives are on the line here, and all you care about is an appointment. Calm down, Turing. Oh, look. If it's that important, I can buzz you through to Sympathy. But she's not gonna be very happy about being bothered off schedule, so don't get your hopes up. And, try not to make her too mad. I'll be the one dealing with the fallout. Right. Of course, I apologize. We'll be as tactful as possible, I assure you. Okay. She's over on the other side of the room. Head straight there, because she doesn't like it when people bother the talent. I'm not going to bother the talent, just heading straight there. Who is it? This person? Is this Sympathy? Are you Sympathy?
I thought I told Nina to cancel all my appointments for the day. I swear that girl couldn't find her ears if I taped them over her eyes.
At least she makes a decent cup of coffee. Are you Sympathy? Nina said we should speak to you.
Yes, I am. And if you don't mind, I keep the show running here, so I'll be brief. What are you doing in my building?
We've been given a lead on a story that involves one of your personalities, Charlie Nova. Someone has been manipulating his articles on the Meshnet and turning them into scathing attacks against the human revolution. We're trying to track the culprit, and we need to talk to Mr. Nova to hunt down further leads.
You let Yoram do all the talking for you? Must be one of those new interrogation modules all the fresh meat rave about.
Hump. Of course, I know someone's been modifying Charlie's articles. I'm tracking them down myself. What I want to know is why I should help you snatch the scoop out from underneath me. Super hacker Twist Meshnet. It was for personal political vendetta? That the clicks basically found themselves. We're willing to trade info. Not interested. I already have a pretty decent idea of where to look next. If that doesn't pan out, I have our primary server cluster chewing through mesh posts looking for inconsistencies. I'll figure this one out on my own without some newbie mucking things up. I'm willing to break the story under TMI's banner.
Ha! I'm not hiring, kid. I'd marry Spirit, but I got people putting in lots of hours on this one. You're not getting the credit because you think you have a hot lead. Plus, if you really did, you wouldn't be here begging for my scraps. Say that to Zin. Zin? Augmented eyes, Zin. What does Zin have to do with this? She's the one who gave us the lead to begin with. Then, someone threw her out of her office window. We figured Mr. Nova might be next and we wanted to get to him first. Holy, bad word. Fine, I'll let you talk to Charlie. If someone is trying to kill people over this, I'd rather it be out and done with as fast as possible. I mean, bad word. For entertainment design, nobody should die for that. But hey, watch yourself with Charlie. He's a pompous clown, but he's my pompous clown. Keep it civil or I'll throw your, bad word, out and figure this out on my own. Now get on it. I need to make some calls. Okay, where is Charlie? Hello, where's Charlie? Oh, go right on through. Where's Charlie? Is this Charlie? Charlie. Fantastic. How fantastic. I just love your rum. Not quite as stunning as mine, but still pretty grand. Very sleek, very clean, bravo. Oh, Sympathy is doing that thing where she waves at me to hurry things up. Right down to brass tacks then, I suppose. Wait, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Charlie Nova, host of Tonight in the Stars and Star in the Stratosphere. But you already know that, I'm sure. What can I do for you, Tell me a little about yourself, Charlie. Oh, you flatter me. Yes, you do. I can't imagine you've come all this way just to get my story, have you? After all, I've already published my very own splendid 100% original autobiography, Like a Nova. But I suppose I can give you a quick rundown, even if Sympathy is giving me the stink eye. I grew up here on the mean streets of Neo SF, but my jocular nature and striking countenance got me scouted for a few small parts in product advertisements. And the rest is not so ancient history. Now I'm the host of the largest celebrity news show on the Mesh, and I couldn't be happier. It's all thanks to my swarms of fans, though they're the ones who count. What can you tell me about TMI? Yes, any additional information on your station would be greatly appreciated. Well, it's the best, bad word, network on the planet, I can tell you that. We put out top-notch news and entertainment, but with real heart that our competitors just can't match. But if you really want to know about TMI, you need to know about Sympathy. It's her pride and joy after all. Sure, she can be a little acerbic, and sure, she calls me a poofy-haired oaf all the time, but you can really tell she cares, you know? Deep down. I'm not sure if that throat cutting gesture she's making is signal to move on to another topic or threat against my physical well-being. So, let's move on. What next? Have you heard that your stories are getting altered once they get published on the Mesh? It may have come up in the last lunch meeting we had, but Sympathy assured me it was kind of a technical glitch, and our support people were on top of it. They're top-notch, the absolute best money can buy. So I don't think there's anything more to say on the subject.
we've heard other people's posts getting altered too. That's very upsetting. I hope you passed along that information to Sympathy. I'm certain our tech people will be able to find the culprit in short order once they know enough about it. I really don't know what I have to do with it, though. I mean, it was your post that got manipulated. And that is supposed to mean what? I'm not sure if you're trying to imply that I had something to do with this or that I'm being targeted for some specific reason. But if you have an accusation to level, then make it known. My time is far too important to be wasted on beating around the bush. Alright, that's enough. Charlie has a show to get ready for. He's told you everything he's going to. I forgot Sympathy's voice, so this is the new voice until I forget it again. So get the bad word out of here. If you find anything more interesting than what you've got, come back and see me. Directly. Remember, I'm the victim in all this. Oh man, she looks really cheesed off now. Do you know how snippy she can get? I better get her coffee right away. Maybe that'll calm her down. We're very sorry if you made your day more difficult. Perhaps I could take the coffee over to Sympathy and we could try to smooth her rumpled feathers. Yeah, okay. Sure, I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You make her even madder? Oh no. On second thought, it'll only take a minute. Oh, alright. But she takes it with plenty of milk. Did she give it to me yet? Look. Grab milk. Open door. Go right on through. Talk. I film for my friends. You'll get very little of me. Coffee. Milk. Okay. Let's deliver this and make amends. I thought I told you to beat it. Or do your ears just not work? We just wanted to bring your coffee and make sure there were no hard feelings. Ha! Ah! That's cute. I promise I don't bite. I just have a job to do. Sometimes I think Charlie's hair gel seeps into his brain, but he brings in most of our revenue, so his happiness is our top priority. Now Scram! You know how to get in touch with me if you need. That did not go well at all. We need some kind of leverage to get Mr. Nova to give us the information we want. I'm certain he knows something, don't you agree? Indeed, while you were talking to him, I took the opportunity to look into his history more thoroughly. Ooh, Sympathy's the target. It turns out he did a series of promos for a local Hassie bar early in his career, and some fans still spot him there from time to time. It's a long shot, but frankly, everything about this case has been one long shot after another. Maybe we should question the people at this Hassie establishment and look for any dirt we can use to put some pressure on Mr. Nova. There must be something. It's the only path I see. Sure. The Hassie bar is located on Market Street, near the Genus Clinic. We can head there whenever you're ready. I'm ready now. Hassie bar. This Hassie bar? Oh, hey, it's you. Wow, long time. Who's this? It's Keith, an old buddy of mine. Hey, not too old now. Hey. Did you manage to keep the plant I got you alive? Yeah, totally. Really? Nice job. I didn't expect it to last a month. It's great to see you though. Sort of surreal too. You're never around on social sites or anything, you know? I'll bet you didn't see any of the pictures I put up from my last climbing trip in Colorado. For a tech journalist, you do have a pretty poor net presence. That's what I said. Figures. So, what's with the bot? That's Turing, my ROM. Yours? Really? Huh? I didn't think you liked to bring work home
as it were. Anyway, it's great to see you. What brings you to the Hassie Bar? Doing a review of that sweet weather rum outside or something?
We're actually here on an investigation.
Oh, right, now that's the kind of journalism I'm talking about. Indeed, we're looking into some accusations made against Charlie Nova, and we're actually trying to build up a solid case against him. No, bad word. I actually may have exactly what you need. Charlie comes here all the time. You know that he's host of Star in the Stratosphere? The show where normal people try to become actors and singers and all. Listen to this recording I made when he was here last month on his book tour.
So many people come up to me thinking that if they can sing or act, I'll just make them a superstar. But that isn't how it works. Raw talent isn't going to get you anywhere in this industry, and anyone who thinks so is lying to themselves. It takes hard work, persistence, and you gotta want it bad. But the kids I get on the Star in the Stratosphere, which I host each and every week, as you all know, they're all so young and hungry. I love them. I do my darndest to make sure they get what they want. They gave me their best, so I'm gonna give them mine. It's not much, but it might help you build a case if you chop it up, right? Just keep my name off it. I post hockey pictures, not scandals. Well, if nothing else, the threats of this dropping on the mesh should get them talking. Here, I just made a copy for you. Anyway, I'd love to catch up soon. For now, I'll let you keep at it. You can usually find me here if you want to chat again.
Thanks, Keith. Say, you have friends? That would have been a better line for him if he just flamed me this time. Why did you tell Keith that I belong to you? It is more convenient that way during investigations. Very fair. You may continue to run with that as your story with those who don't or shouldn't know the truth about me. Anyway, this is pretty innocuous. We're going to need more evidence if we're going to fabricate a believable story that will convince Mr. Nova it's in his best interest to help us. Let's talk to this customer. I haven't seen you around here before. Is there something I can help you with? I heard Charlie Nova hangs out here sometimes. Another one of his fans, eh? Yeah, he comes around sometimes. Yep. I don't really get why everyone likes him so much. Yep, nope, not me. Nope, don't get it. What's your issue with him? Yeah, I have a picture from this time he flipped off a box of kittens. Yep. Yeah, somebody brought them to try and give them away, and then one of them scratched them up. Yep, yeah, that's right. He ended up taking it home, so he really hammered it up and about getting scratched. Yeah. I think he ended up calling him, I think it was a Cabot Snuggles, I think. It's pretty funny, actually. I'll send you the wrong picture. I want to see the picture. Show me the picture. Oh, I should probably save. Saves. Save. Yes. Done. Alright, maybe you have some stuff to tell me, Ramona. What can I do for you? I was hoping you had time to talk. Sure. I still have a little bit before closing, and I could use some conversation to distract me from the anticipation of the VR drama I have waiting for me when I get off. What do you want to know? Does Charlie Nova do promos for this place? Charlie is a complete trip. We met when he was just starting out doing adverts. He still drops in every once in a while to hang out. I love the guy. He's super funny. Always has the best stories, and his hair is perfect. And he parties harder than anyone I know. A couple of weeks ago, he invited me to this rave at some hole that's probably already shut down. He got so amped up on Crash that he jumped up on the table and hosted an impromptu dirty dancing contest. I swear, if he wasn't Charlie Nova, we would have gotten chucked out on our bad word. But it was lots of fun. If you want to meet him, just hang around here long enough. He loves mingling with his fans, not that it helps his ego in any way. Yeah, what's the VR drama about? Oh, it's an ongoing drama called Magical Commander Yukino. Yukino at the Gates to the Deep. In it, you play the magical girl Yukino as she fights off elderly gods as they rise from the ocean. It's a bit cliched and just about as silly as you would expect, but it includes just some really interesting intersection between the Japanese magical girl trope and the American Cthulhu mythos, all with a pseudo-military theme. In the newest episode, Yukino has to face against the Yith as they try to inhabit the bodies of people in the present to escape their destruction in the past. Wow. Sounds exciting. Maybe I'll look it up. It's the best. Super awesome. If you need any other suggestions, just let me know. I've played through a little bit of everything. I'm sure I could even find something you'd like. Maybe a detective drama. Anyway, thank you for your time. Sure, just let me know if you need anything. I'm always happy to help. Evidence. Let's go. This should be enough. Frankly, I am starting to feel a bit uneasy about this. Mr. Nova is clearly an upstanding individual, if just a bit boisterous, but I suppose if we're in for a penny, we're in for a pound. This should be more than enough anecdotal evidence to fabricate a less than flattering image of Mr. Nova that the public will eat right up. Let us present our story to him immediately. Hopefully our delay has not put him in physical danger. Alright, whatever you say. Peewee-wow. Peewee-wow. Hey!
Oh wait, hey! You two! I think I'm gonna have to let security know that you're not allowed in the back of the building.
Hold on, pouring water currently. I have multiple water bottles in my room in case I don't want to get up and get more water, but I want water, so perfect use of it right now. I need to get a good sip of it too because, man, I think I've been talking for like a good hour without any water. Just a second. Okay, all good. I've got some stuff that might change your mind about teaming up.
Doubtful.
Let's hear it. Never let it be said that I didn't give someone a chance to dig their own grave. Let's tell them about the partying problem, shall we? So what? I like to show people a good time. There's nothing wrong with that. Bad word. I told you to get off the crash, Charlie. Bad word. Like this keeps coming up. I did, and besides, I wasn't doing anything illegal. Anyway, this is just pathetic. This is really your best attempt at blackmailing us. Hey, that's completely out of context. And I love Captain Snuggles. Sure, we didn't get off to a good start, but he's a great cat. The best. Charlie, flipping off that kid? Why? Whatever, this is still nothing but hot air. You need to step up your game, kid. Pep talk. You're just grasping at straws. This speech was truly a beacon of light for the entire entertainment community. There's no way an original sermon like that is going to convince anyone that I'm a bad guy. Well, with some creative editing. You go public with this flimsy smear piece, I'm gonna tear you apart. Oh, enough, enough! I'm not cut out for this cloak and dagger game sympathy. What's the big deal anyways? It's not like they've got anything substantial to use. I might as well give them what they want, so they'll go away. Tell them whatever you want. And I'll be taking that evidence. You didn't have to do all of this. I would have helped you if you just asked. But it's always push and dig needle, isn't it? I'm not a journalist, I'm just an anchor. I read off a teleprompter and look good doing it. Or read off a teleprompter. I don't have much to offer you, but here's what I know. Trust me, I'd love to lay down some earth-shattering pronouncement and dazzle you with my investigative skills, but all I've got is flimsy threads at best. The thing is, all this stuff with my stories, stuff getting changed, making me look like I don't like the human revolution or whatever, it started after I had an upgrade to my VR uplink hardware. Oh, what kind of upgrade? The technically legal kind. Look, I like to have a good time at a party, right? But sympathy keeps hammering on me for pounding back too much crash and whatnot. Nothing illegal, but she says it makes me look like, bad word, on camera the next day. So I went to this guy I know, good guy. Everyone uses him, he's called Nanya. Nanya business. Poof! I'm really destroying myself more than any of these in-game characters ever could. He does great work. After just one simple back alley brain surgery, bing bang boom. I can use an app to make my VR uplink have the same effect on my brain that the stims do, without all the nasty physical side effects. It could be a coincidence though. The tech guys didn't find anything wrong with my uplink and they say the modifications check out. But that Nanya guy does a lot of work for media people around here, so if a bunch of posts are getting changed, maybe that's your weak link. Anyway, that's it. Pretty flimsy, but I'll send you the address and you can go talk to him. New address, let's get it. If he'll even see you, that is. Thanks for the help. Well, we took far too long to get to it, but I'm quite happy to assist in any way that I can. Just make sure you source me in your article, right? Maybe run a rough draft past me and I'll give you some quotes. I'm certain that I will help signal boost the story all the way to the stratosphere. Give it the old Charlie Nova pump. Maybe we can smooth out all the silliness between us. Anyhow, I really love to get back to work. Let me know how it goes with that murderous hacker thing. My ROM will call your ROM. Alright. Let's go to that back alley. Nonya. This looks like the spot. Or this looks like the spot. I'm awfully nervous and still a bit shaken up. Let's hurry and get up out of here. Wrestler. Nanya's business store. In we go. Oh, hold up there, Speedy. I've never seen the two of you round here before, and I know everybody. Why don't you let me know what's going on here first before you start barging people's doors? Feel me? Hello. We're just here to speak to Nanya about something. Huh, just got into town and you're already asking favors from folks, huh? My little blue friend. Oh, what? No, it's not like that. Listen, we don't want any trouble, but we're kind of in a hurry. Trouble? There's no trouble here. We can be friends. For what price? Hee, I like this one. You're a little more street smart than your blue bot buddy here. I see. Nah, I like you too. You're cool with my book. And since we're all such good friends now, maybe you'll be willing to give back to the community and do a favor for me for your new pal Formula first. What kind of name is Formula? No, what kind of favor? You see, I'm a budding street musician, working on my next big hit. Feel me? But I'm sort of stuck on a few lines. I just gotta get these last few rhymes right. Okay, I'm feeling the flow. Maybe you could share a little. your creativity with me and see what I've come up with. Come on, it'll be fun. Yeah, we can help you out a little bit. Are you sure about this, Jazu? You know how important this has become. Time is of the essence. You don't have the time to not help me. Huh? What do you think would take longer? Helping an up-and-coming singer-songwriter finish your guaranteed worldwide hit? Or you could ignore me, and maybe I'll send over an anonymous tip to the Neo SFPD. You see, I know for a fact that everything inside the shop here is 100% legal. But I bet whatever you've got your mind sure ain't. Even if they didn't find anything, take the rest of the day to iron it out. People like you don't come down here for anything boring. We clean up good. How well do you cover your tracks when you're in such a hurry, I wonder? This isn't good. If Lexi in particular gets suspicious and starts tracking us down, things will become rougher for us. Not to mention all the other people it could indirectly affect. This whole case is life or death. Huh? Kind of a dramatic wrong, ain't it? But I made my point clear. If you don't help me out, I'll make sure you never get to see Nanya at all. He my buddy. Done a favor or two, so I return them when I'm asked to. That's how we do things around here. Fine, finish your song. I knew you'd see it my way. All you gotta do is help me complete my rhymes, you dig? Yeah, I dig. Couple of them, just missing a word or two, but if I really want to make this song fantastic, I'm gonna need some killer inspiration. It's gonna be super cred. Anyway, you ready for this? Yeah, let's do it. Gonna give it a shot, that's what I like to hear. Here's the first line I'm having trouble with. You ready? It's my favorite season, only comes once a year. I'll show you the true meaning of, hang on a second. My favorite season only comes once a year. I'll show you the true meaning of an elephant ear. No. I forgot the whole thing already. My favorite season, it comes once a year. I'll show you the true meaning of old wrestling gear. No. My favorite season, it comes once a year. I'll show you the true meaning of my holiday cheer. I like that one. Favorite season, it comes once a year. I'll show you the true meaning of On the Old Frontier. No, my holiday cheer. It's my favorite season, only comes once a year. I'll show you the true meaning of my holiday cheer. Hey, yeah, that totally works. Great idea. Thanks a ton. Here's the next line. Ready? Pay attention now. If you bring mistletoe, you'll knock me off my guard. And if you want my number, for this one, I don't think words are gonna be enough. I'm gonna need some inspiration to make it come together. If you got anything to show me that you think will help me out, let me know. It'll knock you off your guard. This knocks people off their guard. If you bring mistletoe, you'll knock me off my guard, but if you want my number, I'll give you my stun gun. That doesn't rhyme. Oh man, you totally threw off my style with that one. I'm gonna keep thinking, but let me know if you come up with anything. Haven't you ever rapped before? No, I have not. I'll show you my... So off my guard, I'll show you my ID card, show you my spoiled milk, show you my headphones, show you my medium range electro laser pistol, show you my business card, show you my, I think ID card. If you bring mistletoe, you'll knock me off of my guard, but if you want my number, I'll let you scan my ID card. Hey, that totally works. Really, thanks so much. I'd never be able to write a song like this without you. A Christmas-themed love song. Aren't those supposed to be pretty tacky? Alright now, I need your help with just one more line, I promise. It's the last one. This one's been driving me up a wall. I hope you can tackle it as well as you did the others. Ready? Here we go. This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a nice pair of bros. Harmony. We're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat. Tones. Spoiled milk. Tones. Headphones. Headphones. This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones, but we can ride this beat with a pair of GX Ultra Beats. Bruh, it said headphones. They're doing me dirty out here. Tones, Human Revolution. Tones, Business Card. Tones, Stun Gun. Tones, GX Beats Ultra. Tones, Spoiled Milk. Tones, ID Card. Touch him. Alright, I need your help with just one last line. This is one that's driving me up a wall. Okay. This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a nice pair. I really think headphones would have been perfect. Wait, I have no idea. I think I need like an item or something. Hey there, I go by Night Witch.
Howdy. You can call me Cactus Cannery.
Okay. Let's give him the spoiled milk. See what happens. It's harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a pair of milks. Maybe if I give him the headphones again, he'll actually just call them headphones. Why did I talk to him? No. Bruh. Okay, buddy. Headphones. Stop calling them GX Ultra Beats, just call them headphones. I'm carrying old donuts. Tough boy. Omaiwa mo Shinderu. They put that in there. Hello. How are you? Yep, I guess that's the one. Let's give him box of all donuts. This is harmony. Oh, I think we're vibing the same tones. We could ride this beat with a pair of yummy Christmas scones. Not the rhyme I would have used by at all ever, but it's okay. Now that's what I call a tasty beat. That was amazing. I can't believe you pulled it off. Whatever you do for work now, it doesn't matter. You should become a musician. We totally become rivals, and I bet you that. I'm taking that. Keep your day job. This is my territory. You feel me? But you did help me out in a huge way, so I guess you're cool. Go on in and see Nanya, whatever you want. I'll just be chilling out here, soaking up the inspiration of my surroundings, baby. Here, you can keep the scones. No, I wanted the donuts. It was nice to meet you, Formula. Hey, you too, little Bob Blue. Hey, that kind of rhymed. Let's go. Whoa, this is a hazard. Touch the hazard. Let's go, I drew stick figure. Oh, who's this? This looks like Nanya.
Nope. Yup. Nope. I don't know you. You got something willing to vouch for you? If not, get out of my shop.
Charlie Nova, actually.
Charlie. Yeah, I remember him. That TV guy. Runs his mouth a lot. Yeah. Paid good enough. Alright then. What can I do for you?
Charlie said your name is Nanya. Is it really Nanya Business?
Sure, if that's what you want to call me. If your credit's clear, you can call me whatever you want. In a foreplay, what can I do for you?
First, you can never call it that again. Second, I don't just give me the info I want. Yeah.
A fresh install, custom firmware, maybe an upgrade. I can pretty much do it all. But most people come in here for VR implants. Turns out brain surgery is expensive, yeah?
We're here on different kind of business. We're in a bad situation. Local news articles are being mysteriously altered after they've been posted to the mesh, even while the originals are still online. Charlie Novas are being manipulated as well, and he pointed us in your direction. It didn't start happening until after he had his implant upgraded. Do you know anything about that?
What are you, cops? No, worse. You're journalists. Get the out of my shop. I have a business to run. I don't have time to answer bad word about bad word that don't got bad word to do with me. You found the door before, find it again. Tell Charlie he can get someone else to do him a rush job when he's back on stims and needs to work around. He ain't welcome around here no more.
Give us a moment, please. I don't know about you, but I'm getting tired of being given the runaround by these meatbags. We could just find some bribe or blackmail to get what we want from this Nanya, but I think it's time to take matters into our own hands, don't you think? I have an idea. Keep it occupied for a few minutes. How should I do that? Just stick to what you know and pick a fight with him. You're good at needling people, Jazu. If he's too mad to notice what I'm doing, he can't stop me, can he? Just be yourself.
Are you gonna get going or am I gonna have to call someone to make you get going?
I think we got off on the wrong foot.
Bad word straight. Now get out of here.
Look, I don't think you have anything to do with Charlie's stories.
I didn't.
We were just hoping to get some more background information on the kind of implants he has so we can follow other leads.
That word. Fine, whatever. I'll tell you what you want within reason. Doctor-patient confidentiality and all that. Just promise me it'll get you the bad word out of my shop a little sooner.
Deal. Sorry for this. Our circumstances have gotten serious. We're following anything all the way to the end.
There's no way to hack a VR implant like Charlie's. I mean, you can definitely install host-style firmware on one, but you can't just load whatever program you want without the user's knowledge. Any changes to the loaded firmware would trigger some really obvious visual indicators to let you know something's been changed, and those are put in on the hardware level.
Never heard of anyone being able to circumvent them. The only person who could have loaded hostile firmware on there is me.
And don't try and go there. I get paid too much to risk my reputation over changing a few blog posts.
What about using the mesh to mess with the implant? Is there some way to change the input remotely?
No, the implant itself doesn't have any kind of wireless connection. You have to use a headset with an induction coil for the I/O. Wireless just doesn't have the bandwidth for it. You might be able to try infecting a ROM with some virus that screws with the I/O, but only use a connection to a ROM for AR HUDs. They can't handle a full simulation. You'd never need a full rig and a hardline connection to You'd need a full rig and a hardline connection to the net to do that. So I'd give it a big maybe. If that's actually how it happened, they probably would have found whatever infected his ROM way before you showed up here to bother me. Could it have just been faulty parts? Not to be too blunt about it, but this field of expertise is a little disreputable. Maybe your supplier sent you an implant with something fishy preloaded. Bad word. Look, I get it. I'm working out of an old auto garage on the bad side of town. But I'm fully licensed cybersurgery tech. This entire business is legitimate. It isn't illegal to install custom parts or firmware in any current generation implants. It just breaks the warranty. My business keeps a low profile so we don't run into bogus patent infringement lawsuits from Flower Cybernetics or whatever shell company they decide to come after you with. All of my parts are sourced directly from original manufacturer, completely above board. So if they're bad, they were built bad by the factory. Now, is that all? I have appointments to keep. Thank you for your time. Yeah, whatever.
I don't know about that guy. You may not know this, but I have finely tuned sensitive electromagnetic fields. All ROMs do. We need to be able to maintain optimal contact with the mesh catalog and use various wireless transmissions and avoid areas with dangerously high interference. Your stock off-the-shelf ROM has very little command over the frequencies available to be scanned. But I'm starting to realize how very little of me is stock or off-the-shelf after the changes Hayden made. That means when the humidity is low, the air fairly sings for me, amongst other things. I am not getting your point. Meaning, in layman's terms, I could read his monitor over his shoulder while being across the room. What? You can read it without seeing it? Well, some. I doubt I could have handled an LCD monitor. They require extra parts I just don't have. And the fidelity is a bit low. Anyways, Nanya looked up his client records on Charlie, and I got some of the names of his other customers off of the spreadsheet. One in particular stands out, Shotaro Otsuka. Yeah, what's the relevance here? Mr. Otsuka is a moderately prominent tech blogger, respected, perhaps a bit vitriolic. He catches my attention though because historically he has been very critical of Parallax in his posts. Recently though, the tone has been increasingly moderate and he is now almost effusive in his praise. His fans are accusing him of shilling for the company, but many of his earliest posts show some of the same manipulations that we saw from Augmented Eye and Nova's blog. Now it's like he's being ghostwritten entirely. Yeah, it might be worth looking into. Couldn't hurt to check, right? I've marked the location of Shotaro Otsuka's apartment on your map. One more map location, let's go!
After you. Oh, it's rainy. Rainy on the lake shores. This is the building, Jazu. Mr. Otsuka must do well for himself considering the neighborhood. Not the priciest section of Neo SF, but nice enough for a self-employed tech blogger. Perhaps we should just ring the doorbell. We both know it won't be that easy, but it's important to maintain some courtesies. Greetings, I am LJ2 Shotaru Otsuka's room. Shotaru was not expecting any company at this hour, but I will let him know that you are here. Sorry for the wait, please hold on for just a moment while I fetch him. That is encouraging. Um, that was odd. Maybe try the bell again. Greetings, guess I am LJ2 Shotaro Otsuka's room. Same things, I'm not reading that again. It's the same thing, I'm not rereading this. It's been 3 hours, my voice is going. Well, that's that. Let's see if we can find a way into Mr. Otsuka's apartment ourselves. The window. Yeah, I did see you earlier at the TMI. Hi, Sky. Nice to meet you. You weren't prepared for the weather, huh? Your room looks fancy enough to keep track of that. Ooh, palm tree. Climb that palm tree. Ooh, ladder. Mr. Otsuka's apartment is on the 2nd floor. The fire escape should give us access to his window. We just need something to let us reach it. I'm sure there's some piece of the detritus or loose end lying around we could use. Oh, that's how these things always work. What's a detritus? Huh. Detritus. Huh. Not for the weather. We need to use the hook to handle to reach the fire escape ladder so we can pull it down. Oh, you live here and lost your key card, huh? I totally understand. I do that all the time. But look, as much as I'd love to give you this umbrella, I'm kind of using it right now. Where I come from, see, we're all about equal trades. It's part of our culture. Gym culture. Sorry, but unless you've got anything interesting to exchange for it, I'm gonna hold on to this. Don't want to get wet. Hello, would you like some headphones? No, not big into video games. Or big into video. I don't even know what he said. Would you like some spoiled milk? I'm trying to cut out dairy, honestly. Would you like a business card? Hey, is this real? The real Yannick Fairlight? You know him? Of course I do. He's one of the most innovative tech minds of the last few generations. Can I please have this? I'll give you the umbrella. It's yours to keep if you want. I think it's a fair trade. Thanks, here you go. Okay, I like it. It's so exciting. I'm gonna go call him right now.
call him. Maybe that wasn't the best of ideas. Oh well, now we have our tool and a pretty spiffy one at that. Let's go. Let's go. Use the umbrella. Climb the umbrella. Open window. Ugh, what's that smell, Turing? I'm not sure. My olfactory sensors detect chemicals associated with decaying food and something else I can't pin down. It's unfamiliar to me. It better not be rotting flesh. That would be nasty. Ew! What is that? To and fro. Hello, Rom. Mr. Otsuka. No response. Hello, guests. Shotaro has been a bit under the weather recently, so he has not been receiving anyone. He is trying very hard to keep up with his deadlines, but I will check and see if he has a moment to speak with you. We just checked. He seems very busy. Is there anything else I could assist you with? A drink, perhaps? Hey, how long's your owner been ill? Shotaro has been feeling under the weather for some time, but I could not tell you precisely when. He rarely has visitors or goes on outings, so this is only slightly abnormal behavior for him. In fact, you are the first visitor he has had in a while. Several days, in fact. Perhaps you could ask him about it yourself. I will check and see if he has a moment to speak with you. Dog, stop. Yeah, when was your last diagnosis check? I run regular self-checks and have noticed no irregularities in either my hardware or software. I appreciate your concern. If you think I'm behaving erratically, perhaps you could mention it to Shotaro. He's skilled at maintenance. Yeah, does your owner still make blog updates? He is. Shotaro is a diligent man, even in the face of such adversity. If you are a reader of his work, his next significant piece will be going online tomorrow. I will not spoil it for you. Nah, that's okay. Very well, let me know if you need anything. I'm always happy to assist. Ooh, an amp. Why did it stop? Ooh, a Christmas tree. Hmm. I don't know what to do. Maybe sneak out this window, go back in another? Okay, we should talk to Mr. Otsaku first. Hmm. Not sure what to do here. I will be honest. Not many things I can see to access. Oh! Oh, did I not turn him around? I thought I turned him around. Oh my goodness, I thought I already turned him around. Oh no, we're too late. Dog, the bot definitely malfunctioning. How long has he been here? It looks like he's been here for a couple of days, maybe a little longer. That means whoever did this did it before we even found out about all this. Stabbed in the chest right through the back of the chair. Looks like it severed his carotid artery. I don't want to make any assumptions, but I can't help but wonder if this was done by the same person who assaulted Sin. His Ram doesn't even think anything is wrong. We need to hurry. If I'm right, everything we've talked about so far is in more. Everyone we've talked to so far is in more danger. Someone is following us. Let's find his computer so I can see if I can pull anything relevant off of it. You interrogate his Ram. Maybe you can find out why it's acting so strange. Yeah, tell me about yourself, Ram. Jotaro is dead. It shut itself down again. Let's see if we can pull some useful information off of Mr. Osaku's computer if we can find it. I'll start downloading these files. I've finished my examination of Mr. Osaku's computer. I didn't find anything particularly interesting, but I copied some files to be examined later. If all done, we should hurry and go warn Nonya about what we found. Charlie and Sympathy too. There might be an immediate danger, so we must act fast. That's good. Let's head for Nonya's business. Sure. Let's go to Nonya. Hey, it's Nonya business. Nonya's business. Bad word. What the bad word are you doing back here? Or
Wait, let me guess.
you stole some of my files or hacked my brain or used telepathy or some bad word. Found out someone else got hit by a little ghost in the machine. And when you got there, you found out he was deader than new disco. That close enough. That is distressingly accurate. Well, it wasn't much of a bad word. Yes. Charlie Nova is dead. What? Charlie is? The auto cab he was in drove him right off the bridge and into the bay. It's been all over the news for the last 10 minutes, and I'm not looking to be next. I'm getting the bad word out of Neo SF, and I'm gonna forget that I ever saw you, ever knew Charlie, ever gave a bad word about any of this. Bad word. Maybe I'll pick up a new career. I'm less likely to get murdered for being a fry cook. That's for bad word, sure. Uh, uh, he just got hit by a bus. He just walked in front of the bus. That's on him. Honestly, I don't think he was being targeted. I think that's just on him. Like, who does that? Who walks into the street without looking both ways? Like, that's common practice, etiquette, safety. Like, come on now. Oh no, 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 no. Why is this happening? There was no one in that car, no heat signatures, no wireless emissions, nothing. That wasn't even an auto cab, it's a manual. Wait, how is that possible? Is there another? I told you, it is Big Boy. I'm telling you, this is Big Boy's doing. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's it. This is too much. I've had enough. I don't care who's controlling the news anymore. Almost everyone we've talked to so far has died, and I can't live with more blood on my hands. We're not investigating this lead any further, as of right now. So that's it? You're just gonna give up? Just like that? Yes, just like that. Perhaps Tomcat has finished going through all of the data we found. Let's head back to the apartment for now. Home sweet home again. Such that it is. Dog, this is my home. You're just kind of standing here. I don't know why you're here. Go away. And before you say anything, I don't feel the need to talk over the events of today. Too much has happened. I've already forwarded everything we rooted out to Tomcat, both Hayden's research and our aborted search to the modified mesh articles. They said they would be over in the morning to discuss our next steps. I suggest we both get some rest. If that's what you want, Turing. Perhaps things will look better in the morning, but I have a feeling we're going to be even busier than ever. Good night. Yes, I just finished it. I think the chapter, not the game. The chapter. And good thing too. It's been almost 3.5 hours. My voice feels like it's going away. So next time, we'll finish chapter 5, hopefully. We'll see how far I get into the game. Because I kind of, this visual novel is okay. I'll give it to it. Uh, Sorry, Tomcat. We'll finish that next time. Right now, I'm gonna make a save. I'm gonna save this, save that. Done. Hello? Save, save. Maybe I gotta name it. Chapter 5. H. Okay, chapter 5H. Saved. Alright. Whoops. Uh, Ending soon, I guess. Well, that's all I got. Wait, music on the outro? There was music? I mean, yeah, totally. I meant for all of that. Haha. Ha. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in. Everyone who came in to watch the stream, everyone who dropped a follow. I appreciate it. And don't worry, I will be plugging more next time. I hope I'll remember to plug. Got to keep my APB high. But yeah, have a good afternoon. Nope, it's nighttime for most people. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.